Hello, everybody. Hello. How are ya? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Or it's actually the afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. A really long... Oh, it's a cat hair. I have a really long cat hair in my mouth. Nelson, today's thumbnail is going to be pretty simple. It's going to be like Stephen Miller, all these Republicans bitching and moaning, and then it's just going to say birth tourism. Or what do they call it? Birthing tourism? I think they call it birthing tourism. Oh, you like my shirt? You dig my shirt? It's the Momdanistan shirt. Great shirt. It's a great shirt. Birthing tourists or birthing tourism, something like that. Morning, Chris. Remember, there's still people alive under the rubble. Keep talking about Venezuela, my beloved Italian American. Yeah, no, I mean, there's not really much else I can do other than talk about it. Who do I want? I mean, Stephen Miller, Mike Johnson, Jesse Waters, and who's that blonde bitch on Fox News all the time? They're all blonde. They're all fucking blonde. Yeah, I know there's protesters on top of the statue of, on top of the Empire State Building right now. Hold on. Protesters, Empire State Building. They climbed up to the top and they have like a sick ass flag. Hi, Winge. Good morning. Hi, little baby.
A big physical endeavor. We're watching them continue to make their way, hopefully, down safely there. If you're just joining us, we've been watching this saga unfold. It started just before the noon hour. Two protesters who had somehow made their way up to the spire of the Empire State.
They were waving a flag.
A banner with a quote about love. Unclear if they're related to any other protest group. They stayed up there for about 35 minutes, started to make their way down. And then one of the protesters got down on bended knee and proposed to the second protester who had
that's so cute.
Way down. They celebrated. They appear to be taking photos. They appear also to have a camera that's capturing.
The flag said, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace."
Them, hoping that these two people make their way down safely. Terry. Let's actually go to Chief Investigative Reporter Jonathan Deans, who has some new information for us. John?
Yeah, speaking with our one of our executive producers.
There's the flag. When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace.
Protesters or artists, if you will, have posted some of this video that they've taken of themselves on social media. And they describe themselves as artists exploring fear and...
Dude, that's absolutely fucking electric. That's absolutely fucking electric. You see that big ball right there? That's Beans. Beans is underneath the blanket. He wanted to live in the shadows, much like Batman. Hence him being beneath the Batman poster. Little Beans. Should I reveal him? Just for a second so you can see him? Just for a second. Hi, Weenie. 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 Weenie's running around. Weenie is just running around. Luigi! Luigi! You merely adopted the dark. Beans was born in it. Molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was a man. What if the second protester said no? What an awkward climb down. Well, that's why he went to the top of the Empire State Building. He said, will you marry me? And if you say no, it's the implication, okay? It's the implication. You know, you don't need a, it's just the implication. That's all that matters is the implication. Okay? Hi, Weenie. Do you want me to flip your bed over? It's upside down. Damn, you're a bouncy girl this morning. Oh, wow. Where are all your toys? Oh. She's losing her shit right now. You okay? Oh. Almost linked the live to one of the work TVs? You absolutely should. Tornado warning in my area? Good luck, good luck, good luck. I was late. What's on the shirt? Daria, Lisa, Brad, Zoran, and Claire. And it says the Dream Team. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You okay, Weenge? You having a good morning? All right. Where can I get the shirt? I'm pretty sure you can't. I got this at the DSA rally right before Bernie Sanders gave a speech. They were handing them out. He's gatekeeping the drip. Well, maybe you can get it somewhere. I don't fucking know, but I just got it handed to me. Damn, Nelson, you already made the thumbie? Let's get a look-see. Let's get a look-see. Oh, it's incredible. No, that's incredible. All right, ready to get me in there? Ready to get me in there? Ready? Here's for me. Good. Give it a little extra height. Let me back up a little bit. There you go. There you go. Our thumbie god. Our thumbie god. Why isn't anybody talking about the 7-day protest going on in D.C. through the 4th? I don't fucking know. I haven't heard of it. This is the first time I'm hearing about that. But we have quite a bit to talk about, folks. I've got a whole bunch of shit together. Weenie, your brother is under the blanket up there. Go run around. Have fun. Okay. Okay. I'm willing to just dive right in. Oh, you know what? I should probably pop off on Instagram, let everybody know that I'm live. I'm live on YouTube. We're going to be talking about Melat Kiros' fantastic win, the rise of socialism across the entire nation. We're also going to be talking about how Fox News and the entire GOP is they're running with this new term called birthing tourism, where essentially the Republicans are trying to ban pregnant women from coming to the United States. Whole reason being is they say that pregnant women come to the United States and then have their child here as a quote-unquote anchor baby, and then that baby is given U.S. citizenship. Hey, jackass, that's been the law since what? 1848, 1878, something like that. That's been the law of the land for an incredibly long time. If you're born in the United States of America, you're a U.S. citizen. So we're going to talk about that meltdown, and then we're going to talk about how Israel dropped one of the largest non-nuclear bombs of all time on Lebanon. We got footage of the explosion. It is It looks like Hiroshima, but no, it's just some random village in Lebanon, and the Israelis don't give a fuck how many people they kill. This is because the Israelis don't consider anybody to be a human being unless they're a Jewish supremacist. That's reality. You can cope, mold, and seethe all you want. Israel is the biggest threat to the entire human race. It's not about them being a threat to the Western world. They are the largest threat to humanity's survival, and they must be dealt with. Anyway, live on YouTube. I'll be live probably for the next hour and a half. Come check it out. Valenti videos on YouTube. Thank you for all the donations, guys. Done. Let's get a look. Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Excuse me. Just got out of urgent care. Can I get a what's up? Thank you for the $5. Anybody here like sphinxes? They're really lovely and they like to snuggle and cuddle under blankets. Talking about cats. Talking about cats. Also, let me blast the AC before I get too hot again, because that's always what happens. Weenie, why are you going so crazy? Bilbo Wagons. Bilbo Wagons. Bilbo Wagons, what are you doing? Bilbo. She just wants to play, dude. She wants to play so badly. Come here. Come here. Go get it. Good job. Good catch. Good catch. One more. Good catch. Good substance to your history videos. I want to let you know you're appreciating your work is important. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thanks for the 5-month membership. Damn, y'all are going fucking crazy with the donos right now. What is it? Is it because Pride is over? Pride month is over and now you're all strapped with cash? You're not spending it at the gay bars and the gay clubs? Oh, there's the dock. I'll take a gander at the dock. Oh, beautiful change there, Nelson. Beautiful change. What in the fuck is this? What sort of photo is it? What the fuck is this? Is this some guy at the Holocaust Museum wearing a Trump hat? This has got to be a guy at the Holocaust Museum just wearing a Trump hat, right? Oh yeah, I heard about this. Netanyahu, quote, want to stop American aid. Netanyahu says Israel no longer needs U.S. assistance. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced a policy shift to end American financial assistance, asserting Israel's economic self-sufficiency. He detailed a strategy focusing on state sovereignty, regional military presence, and diplomatic actions, stating, I want to stop American aid. Emphasizing strong military defense, he reaffirmed opposition to Palestinian statehood. Well, don't threaten me with a good time, BB. You want to cut the funding yourself? Let's cut the fucking funding. Granted, I don't buy it for an absolute second. Oh yeah, dude. Birth of a Nation is a crazy film. I do think watching Birth of a Nation is like important to see, but not in the sense of like, oh, this is good. It's important to see in terms of like how propaganda is created and how it's effective. Oh my god, the little itty-bitty BB that you added, you can barely even see him. Little itty-bitty BB. What a fucking psycho, dude. Winnie, you want your bone? Go get your bone. Sneaky little itty-bitty BB. Yeah, I have a lot of this queued up, but I don't have this article, so I'll get that right there. Trump Religious Liberty Commission report provides pathway to Christian nationalism. What the fuck is this? Gay bars are in my budget already. Just a good day. Thank you for the $2. I appreciate that. Oh, my mother just texted me. Oh my God, it's a link to an area rug, but it's Spider-Man. Ah, I love Spider-Man. I'm ruined. I have nothing left except Spider-Man. I'm ruined. I have nothing left except Spider-Man. It's the best line in all three fucking movies. Gotta be the best line in all three fucking movies. Like Batman Beyond? Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to watch Batman Beyond. That shit's great. All right, let's see. What do we got here? All right. Presidential Religious Liberty Commission, a group established in 2025 to offer a diverse perspective on how the federal government can defend religious liberties for all Americans. Yeah, all Americans, my ass. Released its draft report, which outlines a plan to erode foundational First Amendment protections for the American people. Jesus. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously they're trying to create a Christian nationalist country. I'm pretty sure we all understand that. How's the OAL Media Patreon doing? $18 members. Oh, you're making $12 a month, huh? Ain't that something? Congratulations. 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 We haven't done much, sorry. Never apologize, guys. Never apologize. I have, and first of all, never apologize in life, okay? Ever. Do not apologize. Do not admit defeat. You will be wrong in your life. Learn from it internally. You got close friends, you got family, talk to them about it. But never, ever, 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 ever publicly apologize or admit defeat. Ever. Ever. When is Trump going to execute Order 66 on Iran? But no, actually, how many times has Trump threatened to bomb Iran? Well, he hasn't threatened to bomb Iran. He has bombed Iran, but he has threatened to nuke Iran 13 times. It is absolutely fucking nuts. Chris, I was playing the new Indiana Jones game, and I was fighting fascists with my bare hands. I thought of you back to your live stream saying Bella Ciao. It's definitely a vocal stem of mine. I love that new Indiana Jones game. That shit was incredible. That shit was incredible. Said like a true MAGA, what, never admitting defeat? No, MAGA just can't accept reality. Listen, this is coming from somebody who is like on camera for a living. And I just said it, but I'll say it again. You will be wrong in your life, and you will have to learn from those mistakes. That does not mean you need to issue a public apology or ever say you were wrong on camera. Never say you were wrong. Never apologize. Attack, 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 and always keep moving forward. If you're in the business of winning, that's what you do. If you're in the business of being morally superior, then admit you're fucking wrong and admit defeat and watch everything you've built collapse. Never admit defeat. Okay. I know 2 protesters climbed the Empire State Building. We talked about that. Love your work, Chris. Unfortunately, I have to scrimp and save every dollar at the most. I will not be a member for a bit. DSA for POTUS 2028. Thank you. You just became a member for 2 months, so. What the fuck are you talking about, gang? Hey, man, I can't pay you anymore. Here's $5. Here's $5. What the fuck? Excuse me. Oh. I have seen the Canary Mission. The Canary Mission is a horrifying website where you can track anti-Zionist like college students and make a catalog of them. It's insane. Yeah, $10. Don't apologize. Just break out the ukulele. Of course. Of course. Somebody said, but accountability is hot. I'm in the business of winning, not in the business of being hot. I'm in the business of consolidating power into the left wing. That's it. You don't think Trump was told to do the same thing? No, he was. And guess where he is right now? The president of the United States of America. Okay? There are 3 rules that Trump lives by that you should always live by. Attack, attack, attack. Never admit defeat. And the 3rd one doesn't matter. It's very simple. Those are the 3 rules. Okay? Mamdani is closing Rikers Island. Is he really? Mamdani closing Rikers. Is that true? Holy fucking shit, it is. Holy fucking shit. Mayor Mamdani permanently closes a Rikers facility, marking a major milestone towards closing the jail complex. Holy ever-loving fuck. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but Rikers Island is one of the worst prisons in the United States of America. Like, it's absolutely abhorrent. It's only designed to hold something like, what, 4,000 people? Meanwhile, they have more than double that. Luigi is going to get her ass beat by Beans. Beans, you're just going to see one paw come out and just fucking hit Luigi right in the face. But no, that's huge. We love New Momdanistan. We love New Momdanistan, folks. Next, Angola and San Quentin needs to go. Yeah, dude, Angola is a straight up fucking, it's not even really a prison. It's more of like a slave plantation, you know? You guys know about the Angola rodeos? What the fuck? The screen on this. What the fuck happened? Oh, that's so strange. That's so strange. And then you can press it, and it changes. I guess I'll never know. I guess we'll never know. The rodeo video is so sad. Now it's horrifying. Luigi is staring at Beans from above. Exactly, but he's hated. He thinks he's right about everything. Don't you think that kind of attitude could make us look authoritarian? I mean, as socialists, they already fear that kind of shit, but I don't know. Again, okay. You need to start embracing my mindset, which is, and I do mean this, I literally do not give a fuck what anybody thinks of me. I care about my values rising to power. I care about the policies I support rising to power. How many times have I said, pack the Supreme Court to 13, raise the Supreme Court judges to 13, pack it with progressive judges, and literally establish one-party rule and prevent any and all Republican policies from ever moving forward? Would some people call that fascist? Yes. Do I give a fuck? Not even a little bit. I don't care. My values are superior to yours. If you disagree with them, I believe that I should be able to steamroll over you and force free healthcare down your fucking throat. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe. And you're allowed to disagree with me all you fucking want. I know my values are superior, and I am not afraid of doing what needs to be done in order to get them implemented. Not even a little bit. I don't give a fuck anymore. And on top of that, we're up against genuine Nazis. So, like, the way that I look at it is sort of like a game of chess. You're playing chess, right? And your opponent moves his pawn like a rook, okay? And you go, what the fuck, dude? That's against the rules. And he goes, what are you going to do about it? And then you keep on playing by the rules. Guess what? You've already lost the game. Doesn't matter how long the game goes, you've already lost because your opponent has changed the rules and they're playing by their own set of rules and you're sticking with it and you're playing by the rules. Now, when your opponent moves their rook like a pawn, flip the fucking board and punch them in the jaw. Okay? 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 Yeah? Okay? Okay? Hey, I'm the suck boy you're looking for? What? What? Did you just spell capiche like that? You sick fuck. You sick fuck. All right? Excuse me. Forgive me, Lord, for I have burped. Yeah, no, I mean, like, I'll literally tie you down and force free college into your life, okay? And then you'll thank me. Yes, Pustkamoon. What a hard name to pronounce. Pustkamoon. Yes, that is how you spell it. Whoa. Look at Luigi, man. She's having a rough moment because Beans is in Luigi's spot right now. So Luigi is pissed off. Luigi is frustrated. She's playing with her ball, though. Yeah, a quick little Bella Ciao couldn't hurt. Una mattina. Oh my god, it's all fucked up. Let me get Joseph Stalin on the board. There we go. Now let me get Bella Ciao. There we go. Una mattina mi sono alzato. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Una mattina mi sono alzato e ho trovato l'invasor. oh partigiano, portami via. Oh bella ciao, 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 partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morire. Incredible, incredible, incredible. All right, you guys ready to dive in? Are you ready to rumble? Y'all ready? Ready to kirk in? You're going to Italy in October? You lucky son of a bitch. Literally about to say I missed the Bella Ciao days. Bro, we've been singing Bella Ciao almost every single stream. Dive in, yo, bussy. Jack? What? I'm sorry. Huh? Okay. All right, kirk in. Here we go. I'm absolutely loving this. We're watching the rise of socialism on a national scale, and I know what you're fucking thinking, and that is not a conversation people are ready to have, which is that the Nazis stole the name National Socialism, even though they were straight up authoritarian fascists. But what you're seeing is the DSA of America, or the DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America, rising up the fucking echelons of power like it's a fucking ladder, and it's incredible. We just got another victory in Denver, Colorado from a 29-year-old socialist, an Ethiopian immigrant, a pro-Palestinian activist, born the same year I was born. Okay, her name is Melat Kiros. Okay, she won her Democratic primary for Congress in Denver, Colorado. And you have to understand, she was born in 1997, and the incumbent that she beat took power in 1997. So the woman that Melat beat had been in power since the moment Melat was fucking born. You are unironically watching in real time the collapse of the Democrat Party and the rise of the socialist movement. It is fucking incredible. We also have other stuff we're going to talk about. This is good news. This is good news, Mark. We can finally be bees. So we're going to start with the good news. And then we're going to talk about this new fucking birthing tourism bullshit that they keep on saying on Fox News and whatnot. So as you know, the Supreme Court upheld birthright citizenship, right? If you're born in the United States of America, you are an American citizen. The fact that this is even a conversation that had to be had is incredibly alarming. And the fact that it was a 5-4 victory meant that we were only one vote away, one Supreme Court justice away from completely collapsing the United States of America. So it's absolutely horrifying, but on Fox News and GOP leaders, they're all hitting the same line, which is birthing tourism, and I'm not kidding. They are now arguing that foreign women who are pregnant should be barred from the United States of America so that they can't have their child in the U.S., and then that child becomes a U.S. citizen. Or a term that you've probably heard a million times, anchor babies, right? So now we literally have, I'm not kidding, you have Republican politicians and Fox News hosts saying pregnant women from foreign nations should not be allowed in the United States of America. And on top of that, you got Trump saying he's going to find a way to go around the Supreme Court ruling through executive order. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court ruling was already addressing your illegal executive order that you did on like day one as the fucking Fuhrer. Absolutely crazy. What else? We're going to be talking about the fact that Trump has already profited $1.4 billion off of just his cryptocurrency in the year 2025. Let me say that again. Trump has profited over $1.4 billion in the year of 2025 with just his cryptocurrency, okay? This man is, I'm not even kidding, well, beyond a shadow of a doubt, he is the most corrupt politician in U.S. history, okay? I would argue that he is the most corrupt politician in human history. The only other person I can think of that is equally as corrupt, there's two of them. There's Mohammed bin Salman and there's Vladimir Putin. The thing is, bin Salman and Putin, they hide their corruption. They, you know, like it's not blasted on the media the same way that it is in America. And the thing is, I think that Donald doesn't even give a fuck about hiding his corruption, right? Which I honestly think makes it worse. You know, that you could piss in my face and tell me it's raining, or you can piss in my face and tell me it's pissing. Donald pisses in my face and tells me it's pissing. So absolutely crazy there. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is that Israel may have dropped the largest non-nuclear weapon in human history on Lebanon 2 days ago. It is definitely the largest non-nuclear bomb Israel has ever dropped, but it is still up for debate whether or not it was the largest non-nuclear bomb ever dropped. I think we still hold that record with the Moab, the mother of all bombs. That's not actually what it means. I think it's like, what is it? It's like mass ordnance aerial bombardment or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is, but I don't think it was the largest non-nuclear bomb of all time, but I do think it was the largest non-nuclear bomb in Israel's history. So absolutely diabolical. And then also one last thing we're going to talk about is that Bibi Netanyahu says that he doesn't need U.S. funding anymore and he wants to cut ties with the United States of America. Bullshit. I don't believe it. I think you're trying to cater to your own people who are pissed off at Donald Trump, and you're trying to like pin the blame on him for your failures as a prime minister. So a lot to talk about. Before we do, quick reminder. Hi, how are you? I'm Chris Valenti. Welcome to the Valenti VOD. This is real independent media. I've never had a conversation with an advertiser, a sponsor, a billionaire, a government, a PAC, any of that shit. And I am incredibly proud to say that this is entirely grassroots funded by you, the viewer. So I don't make too much money off of this channel because I won't do ad reads and I won't make deals like that. So if you do want to help me out, you want to keep the lights on, you want to keep food in Luigi and Beans' belly, you want to keep independent media growing and want to watch the collapse of mainstream Israeli bought media, there's a couple of ways you could do it. You could buy merch like the posters and the mugs and the hoodies. That's all located down below. You can click the join button down below. Oh, lost focus there. You can click the join button down below to become a member of the channel for $5. That'll give you access to member-only content and some pretty cool emotes. You can become a patron on Patreon by donating $5, $10, $1 million, whatever you want to donate, and that'll also give you access to all of my videos completely ad-free because the YouTube AdSense revenue is like the only way that I make money. Speaking of money, thank you for the $5, Funky or Fur 1589. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I think that's it. And oh, and you can click the thanks button down below to tip me directly. I might have said that. I don't remember. Anyway, let's dive right into the news. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell and share this video with your friends. So we're going to start off with some of the good news. Socialist momentum grows as Melat Kiros wins in Denver. A Democratic socialist who lost her job for speaking out about Gaza unseated a 29-year incumbent. So a 29-year-old just beat a 29-year-long incumbent. Let's get a little look at this article before I show you her victory speech or a little snippet of it. Leftists toppled a 3-decade incumbent they'd made the face of the Democratic Party's failures on Tuesday in Denver amid an anti-establishment wave that has powered progressive and socialist midterm victories across the country. Voters chose Democratic socialist Melat Kiros, an attorney who lost her job for condemning her industry's silence on Israel's genocide in Gaza, ahead of longtime Representative Diana DeGette, a Democrat representing Denver who touted progressive positions on domestic issues, but drew criticism that she had grown complacent over 3 decades in Congress and generally followed the party line in support for Israel. So note that the incumbent that Melat beat, she's AIPAC funded, okay? And I have a video of her being confronted about her AIPAC funding and her undying support of genocide, and I swear to God, that was probably the moment where she completely lost all of her support. All right. DeGette's defeat in Colorado's 1st congressional district brought more bad news for Democratic incumbents reeling after losses in New York last week. Excuse me, I have a quick burp. Excuse me. Party leaders are facing a surge in public frustration with their brand and a cascade of voters who say they don't wield power effectively. Though some Democratic leaders have discounted those races and claimed that the ascendant candidate's vision is, quote, out of step with the party's base, leftists and progressives are continuing to notch wins under their noses as they take the battle over the future of the Democratic Party to the polls. So I want to show you 2 clips. One of is Melat, okay? This is like the type of woman that she is, and then I'm going to show you the type of woman that Diana, the woman that she beat, is. This is her victory speech.
I want to tell you something about why this campaign matters, because it matters for what comes next. When I wrote a letter defending students' rights to protest the genocide in Gaza, my law firm told me, take it down or you're fired. I didn't flinch. I didn't flinch because I stood by every word, and I always will.
Do they have a soundboard?
But I know that will not be the only moment where those in power will tell me to change my tune, to not rock the boat. That seems to happen a lot in Congress. But here in Denver, we stand by our values and we stand with our community.
That's not me. That's not me doing that.
We are days away from embarking on the 250th anniversary of the founding of this country. I've been thinking a lot about what that means. The promise is made, the promise is unfulfilled, that this country belongs to everyone who loves it and what it stands for, not just the people born here, not just the people who look a certain way, but everyone who believes that democracy is worth defending and that every person is deserving of dignity.
Oh, she's a viper, man. She's got the rage. She's got the rage that is very fucking needed. Let this be a lesson to all of you watching, living in your red state, right? You're just a little blue dot living in your red state. You can do it. You are good enough. Du bist gut genug. That's German for you are good enough. It's a song. I'm stupid. I'm such a fat chud. But you are good enough. She's my age, bro. It does not take much to take power away from the establishment Democrats who have kicked the fucking can down the road for literally 30 fucking years, sitting in power doing diddly shit other than fattening their pockets with Israeli shekels, okay? If you think you can do it better than your representative, that's because you can. You see, when I look at my when I look at my mayor, right? When I look at Zoran Mamdani, I don't look at him and go, "Damn, you suck and I could do it better than you." The fact that you even have that thought in the back of your mind means that it's true. And you should sack up. You don't have Zoran. You don't have Claire. You don't have... You have your friends. You have your local DSA chapter. You have your community. And it does not matter how much fucking money they throw at you. The power of the people cannot be defeated by dollars. It can't. It doesn't matter whether they got $50 billion from an AIPAC check now that the Supreme Court has ruled that there's no limit to the amount of spending a political party can do. It doesn't matter. The power of the people cannot be defeated. Now, I want to show you the woman that Melat defeated, because this is a crazy fucking clip. This is the Democrat establishment, okay? This is Representative Diane DeGette, okay? Watch this shit.
You are fundamentally not going to agree with me on this because you think
that Palestinians deserve to live. Thank you very much.
No, ma'am, that's not it.
Hey, Chad, is it like a good move as a politician to like chase down one of your constituents going, "Wait a minute! Wait a minute!" Like, is that a good sign?
Yes, I did record it.
Play that again.
Because you think
that Palestinians deserve to live. Thank you very much.
No, ma'am, that's not it.
Yes, I did record it.
Okay.
Here I am. Hi, Diana. I'm Nicole Shea.
Hi, Nicole.
I am a delegate in Denver. I'm in 5 points.
Okay. Great.
Like you, I really consider myself a women's rights activist. I appreciate the work you've done. So I'm just wondering, why do you keep sending money for bombs that Israel is sending to Palestine?
So actually most people think that Israel should be able to defend itself with the Iron Dome. And that's what I'm talking about.
Not true.
But so
defending themselves.
And also, if Israel wants to defend themselves with their Iron Dome, do it with your own money. Why do I want you to really think about that. Why do I have to give Israel money for their defense? Why do you have to give Israel money for their defense? What logic is there to that? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Is different than continuing the genocide in Palestine.
Correct.
You're talking about different subjects, and I'm trying to ask you about the Block the Bombs Act.
Okay, I'll tell you about the Block the Bombs Act. I've read the Block the Bombs Act. The Block the Bombs Act is a very poorly written piece of legislation because it's both too narrow and it's too broad.
What? What, dude, this is why I hate liberals. This is why I hate liberals. They just don't do anything. See, it's too narrow and it's also too broad. I'm going left and I'm going right. I'm going up and I'm going down. It is so cold and it is so hot. What the fuck do you mean? See, this is why we call them doormats for fascism. It's not that liberals are like cruel and evil the way that the Republicans are. It's that they don't give a shit about doing anything.
So why haven't you introduced amendments
Can
for it?
I finish? I can't.
Oh my God, they're
introduce
trying to
amendments.
block the camera guy because they know she has no fucking riz. They know that no matter what, she looks terrible on camera.
Because it hasn't been brought up.
Why are you sending money to Israel to commit a genocide in Palestine?
If the only issue that you care about is this issue, then you should not vote for me. Okay? That's what I would say to you.
Okay, copy that. That's why you got steamrolled by Malat Kiros. That's why you got fucked by Malat Kiros. That's why socialism is rising, because people like you and Kamala fucking Harris and Gavin fucking Newsom are incapable of making decisions.
That's
Because
good to know.
I'm not going to agree to spend any more money for offensive weapons to Israel, period.
There is no difference between an offensive and defensive weapon, you dumb bitch.
When we did the
Weapons are offensive no
okay,
matter
I
what kind
understand
they
you
are.
say that.
I'm a constituent asking a very direct question to
I'm
you, and you're
answering it.
not answering it. If you think that you are, you don't understand what your constituents really want and need.
What I don't appreciate is when somebody
Is she wearing a button can?
states
I
Well,
don't
I see
like
someone else.
genocide enablers. That's what I don't like.
So
I think that's a little bit worse than anything that you could perceive as rude for your constituents
No, what I
confronting
thought was
you
rude-
over not representing our values.
Sir, I don't appreciate when people mischaracterize. I'm happy to explain my position.
So is your character that you do not care about Palestinian children
no, I do
dying?
care about Palestinians.
So then why do you keep
That is
approving
why-
more arms to go to Israel?
So
we wouldn't be fighting Iran right now if we had done an arms embargo a year ago, 2 years ago. We've let them run rogue because of representatives like you taking APAC money.
did take one APAC donation
Mm-hmm.
before the
I only took one APAC donation, and it's $500,000 fucking dollars.
the October 6th thing. And
October 6th, bitch, it's October 7th. Did you say thing? Oh, since, before the October 6th thing.
I refused any more PAC money. I have not taken
So
any
you
PAC
still
money.
vote
No, let me
to
tell you,
approve
that
funds
PAC
for
money-
Israel and they're not even paying you? That's kind of crazy. Is it hard to keep track of who gives you money after 30 years in
Excuse me, sir.
office? Do you think that maybe we should have people that have more stake in the future than you do representing us and making decisions for our future?
Nobody can buy my vote. I don't care who that is.
APAC did. APAC literally bought your vote.
Okay.
I don't care who that is.
I think it's been
Nobody
happening
will buy
for
my
over
vote.
30 years.
I'm glad you think that, but it's
Oh my God, she's received $700,000 in PAC money.
incorrect.
Okay.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Get absolutely fucked. See, this is why our movement is so important. All right, listen, we got a second video I'm going to be making. Next video right now, it's going to be about birthing tourism. So check that out. New video right over there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you're here live, you stay. All right. Nelson, I figured we might as well cut this into 2 videos because we were like 20 minutes in. We haven't even talked about birthing tourism yet. You know what I'm saying? What do you need for that, Thummy? I'm thinking just Melat Kiros winning and maybe like the DSA flag in the background. Okay, and I'll give you a quick shot of me. You ready? Quick shot of me. Ready? How's that? How's that? How's that? Good? Good, got it, good. Good, got it, and got it, good. Okay. With the shirt, it's incredible. It's incredible. Okay, you ready for the next one? You guys ready to kirk in for the next one? Here we go, here we go. Republicans want to ban foreign pregnant women from coming to the United States of America. That's not a joke. We're about to comb through a whole bunch of people. I mean, Todd Blanche, Stephen Miller, Jesse Waters. This is the new line that you're going to start hearing everywhere from the Republicans, which is birthing tourism. That's what they're saying. They're saying that pregnant women from foreign nations come to the United States of America just to have their baby, and that should be banned. I don't even know how you would enforce this, because then what if somebody comes to the United States of America and then they just get pregnant? Are you going to kick them out for being pregnant? It's absolutely fucking asinine. It is some of the most fascist shit I've ever heard in my life. And to be honest, I couldn't even put it to words. You have to hear it straight from the horse's mouth, or straight from the fascist's mouth, actually. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, donate to the channel.
I have questions about two recent Supreme Court rulings. Let's start with yesterday, the birthright citizenship ruling. I know you guys...
Real quick, if you don't know, this is Todd Blanche, the acting attorney general. He was also Donald Trump's former defense attorney. So this is a guy who has been protecting Donald's ass for decades.
Announced yesterday you're going to ramp up efforts to combat birth tourism schemes. But
birth tourism schemes. That's birth tourism schemes. Meanwhile, you're just talking about pregnant women in the United States of America giving birth.
Secretary Mullen said earlier today there are discussions about other options after this ruling. Can you discuss what other options are on the table after yesterday's decision?
Well, from a Department of Justice standpoint, it's obviously focusing our prosecutors and our law enforcement partners on birthing tourism, and it's a booming industry, and it will...
It's a booming industry. It's not an industry. It's just pregnant women from other nations. By the way, how the fuck do you think America got to where it is? With 365 million people. Hey, guess what? Do you think all 365 million people in the United States of America are what? Cherokee? Iroquois? You think we're all fucking natives? No, bro. We're Europeans who came over to this nation and had babies, okay? Like, what the fuck is this? This is the entire existence of America, are foreigners coming to the United States of America and establishing a life here.
It will continue given the Supreme Court's decision yesterday. There's other things that DHS can do and the federal government can do in the visa process and the application process to try to minimize or limit the opportunity of folks coming here to not to visit and not to do what they're saying they're doing on their tourist visa, but just to have a baby that can then be a U.S. citizen. So,
brother, that's literally the 14th Amendment of the United States of America. You have all the right in the world. Dude, oh my God, like, guys, are you even hearing what I'm hearing? They're saying it should be against the law to have a baby in the United States of America if you're not a U.S. citizen. So then what do you do? What do you do? Are you going to just arrest pregnant women for being pregnant? When a foreigner in the United States of America is about to give birth, what are you going to do? You're going to deport them? What the fuck is this?
From our standpoint, it's focusing on what is a problem. So everybody should agree that it's a violation of our laws if your intent in coming here, if you're pregnant, is to have a child to become a United States citizen.
Everybody should agree that it's a violation of our laws if your intent in coming here is you're pregnant and to have a child. That's the whole point. That's what the American dream is. That's what people are like, yeah, no, I'm going to move to America and I'm going to give my child a better life. What the fuck, dude? I don't even have the words for how horrifying this is.
Because of our now laws. And so what we have to do as the Department of Justice is make sure our agents or HSI agents that we work with in the FBI are focused on...
HSI, DHS, and the FBI investigating pregnant women for the crime of being pregnant.
That, and that's what we're going to do. So yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. Now it's not just him, it's also the bald Nazi Stephen Miller and the actual terrorist Jesse Waters on state-controlled media that calls itself Fox News. Listen to this shit.
But there's a deeper point that you raised that's really important, Jesse. In most countries, normal countries, and the country's just making the decision to let you come here for a little bit and then go home. But if you have birthright citizenship, it means if a person comes here 9 months pregnant to go look around at some things, in a couple of weeks, that is the mother of a lifetime American citizen and a direct line into American cash and welfare for the rest of that child's life.
This has been the law of the land for nearly 150 years, you Nazi fuck. And also, please don't fool yourself into thinking that this is just a coincidence that they're focusing on this point right before the midterm elections. I hope you do know what their plan is, right? What their plan was, what they want to do is claim that if you are a U.S. citizen, but your parents weren't, you're not allowed to vote. That's the whole point. And honestly, it goes further than that. They want to deport you. So just so you understand, if you're a first-generation American, this bald Nazi cock-sucking fucking piece of shit, fascist bald Jewish Nazi cuck wants to deport you.
So you have to
Are we banning pregnant women from America?
Yo, Fox News is a literal terrorist organization, and I think every single person who works at Fox News, down to the unpaid interns, should be thrown into a fucking gulag and enslaved for the rest of their lives. They need to be charged with ideological terrorism.
Are we banning foreign pregnant women?
Well, what I'm saying, Jesse, is that you have...
He didn't say no. He didn't say no.
To now think very carefully about who you let into your country, even on a temporary basis, because the possibility, as you said, for birth tourism, right? The idea that people come here just to have babies on American soil, and that baby gets to be a citizen for life. So you have mothers that come in, fully pregnant, have a baby, go home, and again, that baby gets Medicaid, and that baby gets welfare, and that baby gets cash assistance.
Because that baby is a U.S. fucking citizen!
And can send, leave the baby with, a cousin, a relative, whatever, and then just send welfare checks back home. You can support a whole family in the third world. So yes, you can't have the kinds of immigration programs other countries have when you can just have a baby here, and now that child is an American citizen. So there's a lot of things we're gonna have to take a hard look at.
What do you mean, and now, bro? This has been the law of the land since, what, 1878 or some shit? Oh my fucking god, these people hate our country so fucking much. Don't fool yourself into ever believing that these fucking right-wing pieces of shit consider themselves to be patriots. These fucking people hate our country. They hate democracy. They hate sovereignty. They hate freedom of religion. They hate everything about this fucking nation. Oh my god, more.
Texas is going after what he calls birth tourism. Ken Paxton is suing a business accused of bringing
I guarantee you there's a massive group chat with all these right-wing chuds, and somebody like Elon Musk was like, start hitting the line, birth tourism, birth tourism, birth tourism, birth tourism. Hit that line, it's really good.
Women into the country so their children can have U.S. citizenship. Correspondent Brooke Taylor has details tonight from Dallas.
Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton says birth tourism is a massive underground and highly lucrative industry.
Oh my God, it's an industry. It's an industry.
Now he's suing a Houston area center accused of encouraging pregnant Chinese women to come to the facility, give birth in the U.S., and secure citizenship for their children.
That's literally in the Constitution. That is their right.
Court filings claim the operation has been running for more than 2 decades, even boasting it's helped deliver over 1,000 American-born babies.
Literally none of this is illegal.
The business is accused of operating out of at least 4 homes in the Houston area, targeting Chinese clients through social media and marketing the experience as first class, promising comfortable housing and access to U.S. hospitals.
Oh, how cruel. How cruel. You're going to give a pregnant woman in labor access to a hospital? Oh, fuck you, you dirty commie piece of shit. They hate women. Like, can we just accept the reality that all Republicans hate women and they want to simply enslave and rape them? That's what they want. You know, and that's the thing about these fucking incels is they're like, yeah, no, I want my own wife to be appointed to me by the government and I want her to be considered my property. They hate women.
In the filing, Paxton claims organizers coach pregnant women on how to get around U.S. immigration rules.
There is no immigration rules around having a baby. These people are here legally. They're either here for tourism, they're here on a work visa, they're here for any different fucking reason, and then they happen to be pregnant. None of that is illegal.
Even telling them to apply for visas before pregnancy to avoid red flags. Texas Congressman Chip Roy calls it appalling.
We need to go after these unscrupulous corporate entities making profit, running people in here to gain American citizenship.
The lawsuit now feeding into a much bigger national fight as birthright citizenship heads to the Supreme Court, and the Trump administration looks to limit automatic citizenship for children born in the U.S. to illegal immigrants.
Fucking diabolical. But there's more.
The State Department shares, well, a massive update on the Trump administration's crackdown on birth tourism.
Bro, they're really trying to normalize this. They're trying to pretend like birth tourism has been a fucking term for 30 years and that this has been a problem the entire fucking time. Meanwhile, you're just coming up with it now because you lost in your Supreme Court attempt to overturn the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution.
The State Department shutting down a sophisticated tourism network after the U.S. Embassy in West Africa revealed more than 100 foreign nationals were using fraudulent documents and visa fixers to illegally obtain American citizenship. And it was a similar story in North Africa. Over 100 visas were just revoked as the embassy there said expecting mothers were coming to America to give birth for the sole purpose of giving their child American citizenship.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's legal. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's kind of what all of our ancestors did. That's kind of what the whole point of the Mayflower was. We're going to head to the New World, and I'm going to have babies there, and we're going to establish a new life, and we're going to kill all the Native Americans. Like, unironically, this is what America is. This is what America is, you fucking psychos.
Meanwhile, in Europe, we now know that there was over 400 suspected birth tourism cases since 2024. And investigators managed to trace them to at least 6 companies that coached foreign nations on what to say in their visa interview. The birth tourism companies also arranged housing in America and even set up delivery plans for expectant mothers. Now, the State Department,
how heinous, how heinous.
Adding, quote, a U.S. visa is a privilege. It is not a right. The State Department is taking action.
You know what is a right? U.S. citizenship for U.S.-born babies. That's a right. You tried to overturn it, you fucking failed, you fascist dogmen, you inferior subhuman fucking vermin.
The world to stop this abuse, to dismantle birth tourism networks, and hold accountable those who try to scam our system.
For those that don't understand how widespread this birthright tourism industry is, let me...
Jesus Christ. I'm not listening to the rest of that, you sick fucks. Oh, it's that bitch again. We just watched that. But no, there's more.
And one thing you're doing is looking at the territories where China especially is abusing in Guam or other places and saying, okay, you're 8.5 months pregnant. Maybe you shouldn't get on that plane.
Well, Dude, how do you even come back from that? You're 8.5 months pregnant. You're not allowed in the United States of America. We don't welcome pregnant women. Well, are you going to start deporting pregnant women? Are they just going to start randomly deporting pregnant women?
Because where they go to and they show up late, it can cause a health issue for the mother.
Yeah, we're concerned about the mother.
We're just concerned about the mother, you know, because maybe you might have a health complication and then you might need an abortion, in which case you die, okay? Because we're not going to give you the abortion. That's illegal. You don't give a fuck about the mother. You don't give a fuck.
And especially traveling that late. For instance, my son is about ready, my son and daughter-in-law, they're about ready to have our first grandchild. And they're traveling here for the 4th of July, but
I hope your daughter-in-law gets fucking deported.
The doctor said this is the last time they're traveling because she's due the 1st of August. And so their doctor is already saying, hey, this shouldn't be a travel except in a case of emergency. Well, you're not going on.
Yeah, shouldn't be. That's a doctor giving you advice. That's not a government mandating that you're not welcome in our nation because you're pregnant.
On vacation, an emergency, and late-term pregnancy. And so those are some issues that we can look at.
Jesus fucking Christ, these people are diabolical. Speaking of birthright citizenship, this is what Trump posted when he lost his attempt to overturn the 14th Amendment. I would like to congratulate President Xi and the great country of China on their massive birthright citizenship win, President Donald Trump, implying that the Chinese are sending thousands and thousands of people over to the United States just to take over our country with babies. Yeah, no, great. All right. Excuse me, sorry. We're going to move on to the next story here. Trump reports over $1.4 billion in income just from crypto ventures in the year 2025. Reuters has a little bit of coverage on this.
U.S. President Donald Trump reported more than $1.4 billion in income from his family's crypto ventures in 2025.
That's just the crypto. That's just the crypto.
$1.4 billion in income from his family's crypto ventures in 2025. That is according to a review of his latest financial disclosure released on Tuesday. The filing shows that Trump now derives most of his income from digital assets.
I hope you guys understand that's more money than he made in his entire life. In his first year as the President of the United States, through just his crypto coins alone, he made more money than he had made his entire 80 years of life. This is the most corrupt man in American history.
Which have benefited from his policies that the industry sees as beneficial. The filing shows his company received nearly $800 million from World Liberty Financial, a crypto project he co-founded with his sons. The income, which is split with family members, includes more than $520 million from token sales and over $250 million from selling business interests. He also made $635 million from sales of the Trump meme coin. The filing highlights a significant jump from his disclosure a year earlier, when he reported just over $57 million from the same token sales.
So he went from the year before he was the president making $57 million to the year he was the president making $1.4 billion with a B.
Since Trump's return to the White House, his family...
Oh my God, look at him. Oh my God, look at the president of the United States, this fat, disgusting, rotting pedophile. Oh my fucking God.
Has made at least $2.3 billion from crypto-related projects, according to a Reuters estimate. A White House spokesperson said, quote, "Neither the president nor his family has ever engaged or will ever engage in conflicts of interest."
We've investigated ourselves, and we've found ourselves innocent of any wrongdoing.
A spokesperson for World Liberty Financial declined to comment. Aside from crypto, the president's traditional businesses such as golf courses and resorts also performed well, generating more than $500 million last year.
Hey, friendly reminder, we made Jimmy Carter give up his peanut farm because we thought that it might be a conflict of interest for him to have a private business as the president.
The strongest increases were at clubs where the president has spent considerable time since his 2025 inauguration.
Jesus fucking Christ, bro. Okay, now, Trump was asked about the amount of money that he's made in office. Get a look at this.
The president was asked repeatedly about the money that he's made, his net worth going higher while in office, and here's how he responded at Andrews Air Force Base.
Get involved in my personal, we have funds that run my money.
But you are benefiting.
We have funds that run my money? You mean we have money that runs your money? What the fuck does that even mean, you stupid pedophile dipshit?
Well, I've made a lot of money before I became president, and they invest my money, and I don't talk to them. I don't even speak to them. So I have many people, I don't know what they call it, closed accounts or something. You put your money in, and that's it. I don't talk to them. They're big institutions.
Wait, did Don Jr. just like stand up on his tippy toes?
And that's it. I don't talk to them. They're big institutions, and they run it. But yeah, I've had a great career. In business, I've had a great career.
Okay.
I don't talk before I became president, and they invest my money, and I don't talk to them. I don't even speak to them. So I have many people, I don't know what they call it, closed accounts or something. You put your money in.
He just stood up on his tippy toes.
And that's it. I don't talk to them. They're big institutions, and they run it. But yeah, I've had a great career. In business, I've had a great career.
You're not going to believe the way Fox News tries to spin this.
Okay, so that was his response, and I want to give you the opportunity to expand on that. There was this story this week, too, about his sons making money off a deal in Kazakhstan. What's the White House's position on all these questions?
Well, I think the president said it best, and let's remember, Bill, why Americans elected this president to office, because he was an outsider who was tremendously successful in business, built the New York City skyline, and that's what
built the New York City skyline? No, the fuck he didn't. He put up some dog shit, hideous Trump Tower, and then he also went bankrupt numerous fucking times. What the fuck are you even talking about, you dumb cunt?
Americans wanted. They wanted a businessman in office, so he has had a tremendous...
This is what the American people wanted. The American people wanted the most corrupt pedophile warmonger in American history, so we elected the most pedophile warmonger corrupt in American history. We did it. Oh, this is what you voted for. This is what you voted for.
Successful career. Of course, his assets are in a blind trust. He has no control of those trades. He's
That's a complete and total fucking lie.
pretty busy as president. He's not doing those trades from the Oval Office as he's making decisions for our country. But look, as he said, all of his policies, historic tax cuts, the largest tax cut in history, which
For the Epstein class, the largest tax cut in history for the wealthiest people in the United States of America.
by the way, every Democrat voted against, bringing investments into our country to create jobs, creating Trump accounts to build a financial safety net for American children. These are policies that uplift all Americans. So yes, the president has had a pretty successful career in the past, as you know, but these are policies that are uplifting and making all Americans wealthier and more prosperous.
Okay, Dana and I are heading.
Jesus Christ, the cope, the spin, the cope. It's unbearable. Okay, so Trump also took a little trip on his Qatari jet. What was it, a $500 billion jet that was given to him by the Qataris in a quid pro quo? Here's his fucking, he was asked about this on the tarmac.
Will be the first flight of what I think is maybe the greatest commercial plane ever built. I said to Boeing, what's the best one? They said, this is the best plane ever built. And you're going to have the privilege of flying it, and I have a privilege also of flying
That plane is bugged to the high heavens. The Qataris are listening to him fart.
it. But this is the first flight. We're going to the Teddy Roosevelt Presidential Library opening, and that'll be very good. That'll be a lot of fun. But I think, you know, to be honest with you, I'm excited about the first flight. It's something nobody's ever seen anything like it.
Dude, he's so obsessed with vanity. It's unbearable.
Well, you know why I'm profiting, because the stock market.
All right, let me play this from the beginning. Critics say you're profiting off of the presidency. Here's his response.
Say you're profiting off the presidency.
Well, you know why I'm profiting, because the stock market's going up. Everybody's profiting. If you have a 401k, how's your 401k done? It's about up 85%. Thank you, President Trump.
Oh my God, he's such a fucking malignant narcissist. He is such a fucking malignant narcissist. Thank you, President Trump, said President Trump. Also, this motherfucker thinks that every single American is invested in the stock market.
We're all profiting. I'm profiting because I have a lot of money and a lot of cash, and I give it to institutions. I don't know if they know what they're doing or not, but they buy a vast array of things.
President Trump, you've been meeting with Secretary.
Motherfucker. Corrupt piece of shit. By the way, it cost, we're going to play this clip, but it cost between $400 and $900 million of taxpayer money to make this plane safe enough for him, the president, to get on.
Go.
Mr. President, what's your favorite upgrade to the new plane, and how much did it cost American taxpayers to upgrade the plane?
Well, it costs very little relative to what it would cost if we did it a different way.
It costs you $1 billion. It costs $1 billion of your money.
So this was a gift from a...
And by the way, he's keeping the plane. This plane does not go to the next president. This plane goes to the Trump library. It belongs to Donald Trump. Your money just went to a plane for Donald Trump, not for the president. It won't be passed down to the next president. Donald Trump's own plane.
A country that's treated us very well, and they're an ally of us over in the Middle East, Qatar. And I went to Boeing, I said, who has the best one? They said, Qatar. There's never been a plane like it. Frankly, we couldn't build a plane like this because we wouldn't be willing to spend the kind of money necessary.
You would absolutely be willing to spend that kind of money. You don't give a fuck about spending our money.
Top dollar. So the head of Boeing said, this is considered the best 747 they've ever built. And I went to Qatar, I said, I'd like to use it for a period of time because the other ones, as you know, are under construction. They'll be here in 2 years. And because, you know, the plane is 35 years old. So I said, I'd like to use it. And the Emir, Tamim, who's a great gentleman, he said, no, I'd like to make a contribution to the country. So it was very nice. And we were able to do it in about 5 months, you know, bring it up to the presidential standard, meaning security-wise. And you're gonna get a kick out of it. There's just nothing like it.
Yeah, no, we're really going to get a kick out of it because my American tax dollars went to paying for the plane, so I'm assuming I get a free flight on it, right? Do I get a free flight on this plane? Do you get to fly on this plane? Do any of us get to fly on the plane that we bought? Because I bought it. You bought it. It's my plane. Fucking cocksucker. All right, now I do want to show you, this is Alex Karp. He's the CEO of Palantir, and he had a drug-fueled mental breakdown for 20 minutes on the news the other day on CNBC. And I did find what I consider to be the most insane part. Now, reminder that Palantir is literally setting up a super surveillance database on every single person in the United States of America, cataloging everything you've ever posted online so that they can arrest you for what are called future crimes by predicting what crimes you'll commit in the future. So essentially, it's like if you're somebody like me and you hate the Fuhrer and you're a dissident of the regime, they have a catalog. They already have this file. It's not like something they are creating. It already exists. Every single one of you watching this right now, they have a file for you, and they cataloged everything you've ever posted, and what they want to do is preemptively throw you in jail, like in that movie from the 1990s, Minority Report, where they arrested people for crimes that they were going to commit, okay? This is just a way of purging any and all dissidents of the regime and any and all dissidents of the Fuhrer. But just you wait till you hear what he has to say.
Let me ask you, I just want to pivot to a slightly different conversation, but related. You have been a proponent and great supporter of Israel over the years. Great supporter of Israel. And right now we have a ceasefire in the Middle East.
No, we don't.
Which we hope holds.
It not only did it not hold, it never started. There was never a ceasefire.
Having said that, there is a bit of space between where the U.S. is now and where Netanyahu is on what is happening here and whether they ultimately be protected. And I'm curious, given that and given also your relationship with the U.S. government and the work you do there, how you think about that disconnect.
This is like
today, you fucking dipshit.
So many things. I am the most publicly supportive CEO of Israel, and that's true.
Okay, put you in a gulag and enslave you.
I think Israel is on the side of good.
Yeah. Is that why they murdered 70,000 babies and over 600,000 civilians in Gaza, and now they're continuing to slaughter their way through Lebanon?
Now, in private, because I'm known there to be fair, I'm probably also the most effective critic of like, hey, I didn't agree with this. Without going, and I would be very happy to be more in public about that, except for I think not all. There are many legitimate criticisms of Israel and every other country. Although I would say, do you want a country that can sometimes be difficult as your partner, or do you want partners that have no tech scene as a partner?
Oh yeah, man, because committing a genocide is being sometimes difficult.
And so it's like in this world, having a fully adult, independent, aligned country that doesn't always agree with us is much better than what we somehow have in Europe. Like we do not want that. Yes. Okay. So.
We're not watching the rest of this. I just need you to see the CEO of Palantir say that he is the most publicly vocal, supportive CEO for Israel in the AI tech super surveillance sphere. All right, speaking of Israel, the inferior subhuman vermin that call themselves Israelis, they have decided to drop one of the largest non-nuclear bombs in modern history on Lebanon. Now, this is probably not the largest non-nuclear bomb ever dropped. I think that we, the United States of America, hold that record with the Moab. But just get a look at this fucking footage. This is a random village in southern Lebanon, which the Israelis have fully occupied. A random fucking village. Watch this shit. There's no audio. Jesus fucking Christ. The Israelis claimed that they were targeting a Hezbollah tunnel system. Meanwhile, they probably just eviscerated an entire city. Look at that fucking mushroom cloud. Oh, what I would pay to see that sort of a cloud rise over Tel Aviv. You have no fucking idea. Meanwhile, your tax dollars paid for that bomb. Your tax dollars dropped that bomb. You are complicit in this bombing because your representatives fully support Israel. And this ties back to my last video. This is why we need the socialist movement. This is why we need young socialists across the entire fucking nation rising up and taking the seat of power away from their liberal Zionist fucking overlords who say, oh, well, I actually do think that we should continue to fund the Iron Dome. Meanwhile, they're dropping fucking Moabs on innocent civilians and claiming they took down a fucking tunnel system. This is from Reuters. Israel says it destroyed a Hezbollah underground infrastructure in southern Lebanon. The Israeli military has claimed that they destroyed an underground infrastructure used by Lebanese militant group Hezbollah in a village in southern Lebanon, according to a joint statement by the Israeli Prime Minister and Defense Minister on Sunday. The U.S. was informed ahead of the attack, so we approved of it, which targeted a 200-meter-long tunnel in the town of Majal Zun, according to the statement from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Israel Katz. The strike came 2 days after Lebanon and Israel agreed to a U.S.-brokered security arrangement intended to ease hostilities along the border. So, just so you understand, the Lebanese government is actually an arm of Israel. The Lebanese government does not represent the people of Lebanon. They are literally slaves to the Israelis. The only form of governance in Lebanon that stands in defense of the Lebanese people is Hezbollah. So, the Lebanese government made a deal with Israel and said, fine, you can have southern Lebanon. You can have the entirety of it. You can have your stupid security zone. Just stop bombing northern Lebanon, okay? The thing is, the Israelis will violate that agreement fucking immediately, but Hezbollah, the freedom fighters who were trying to defend the Lebanese people, they don't give a fuck about no bullshit deal with the goddamn inferior apartheid genocide heirs known as Israelis. Now, fuck that. They're gonna keep on bombing them, which is why I clap for Hezbollah. I fucking clap for Hezbollah. You guys are doing great fucking work. Keep it up. Let's keep reading. The agreement provides for a phased Israeli withdrawal from some parts of southern Lebanon alongside the deployment of the Lebanese army, although Israeli forces would be permitted to remain in an expanded security zone for the time being. The Israeli statement said the tunnel contained hundreds of weapons and launchers. Yeah, so if the Israelis say that, that means it's completely false. It probably contained hundreds of babies. The attack comes hours after the Israeli military said it struck Hezbollah militants armed with rocket-propelled grenades and hit a rocket launcher in the Nabataya area of southern Lebanon. Hezbollah said early on Monday that the Israeli attacks were a flagrant violation of the ceasefire to which it has so far adhered, adding that it is closely monitoring all such violations and reserves the right to defend its homeland and people. Fuck yeah, Hezbollah. Notice that the Lebanese government didn't say that. Hezbollah did. Hezbollah leader Naim Qassem has rejected the security agreement, describing it as a surrender to Israel. He said the group would continue its armed resistance. Netanyahu said in his statement late on Sunday that the Israeli military would remain in the security zone in southern Lebanon and will, quote, continue to destroy terrorist infrastructure, remove threats from the northern communities, and safeguard the security of Israel's citizens. How are you safeguarding the security of Israel's citizens by invading your neighbor? That doesn't make any sense. More than 1 million Lebanese have been driven from their homes by the conflict that has run in parallel with the wider Iran war. Hezbollah and Iran say Washington pledged to ensure the end of hostilities in Lebanon as part of its memorandum of understanding signed 2 weeks ago to end the wider war. So everything that I told you has been correct. The Iranians put in Article 1 of the memorandum of understanding that America has to get Israel to stop invading Lebanon. So the Israelis, they called up their the Lebanese government, which is an extension of the Israeli government, and said, you are going to sign your own memorandum of understanding and you are going to give us permission to occupy southern Lebanon, and if you don't, you see that Moab I just fucking dropped? I'm gonna drop 1,000 of them all over Lebanon. So the Lebanese government, they bent the knee, they succumbed to their Israeli overlords, but at least the Hezbollah freedom fighters are still fighting tooth and nail. Oh, last thing I want to talk about is this. Netanyahu claims he, quote-unquote, wants to stop American aid. Netanyahu says Israel no longer needs U.S. assistance. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced a policy shift to end American financial assistance, asserting Israel's economic self-sufficiency. He detailed a strategy focusing on state sovereignty, regional military presence, and diplomatic actions, stating, I want to stop American aid. Emphasizing strong military defense, he reaffirmed opposition to Palestinian statehood. Don't threaten me with a good time, baby. You want to cut that funding? You know how fucking long you rats will last? You cut the U.S. funding to Israel? I'm not kidding. I'll give Israel 6 months. 6 months. And then what you will see? mass exodus, okay? Because almost all of the Israelis, the Jewish Israelis, are dual citizens, okay? They never belonged there in the first place. They were all given Palestinian passports from different European nations, okay? And then they occupied it. So what you would see is a mass exodus of Israeli Jews leaving the region. Where do you think they'll go? Where do you think they'll go? Here. Here. Because A, that's where half of them came from, and B, Donald will immediately bend the knee and welcome Israeli refugees. That's what he'll do. He'll ban Haitians and he'll ban Syrians and he'll ban Afghanis. But oh no, South Africans and Israelis, you're all welcome in. I wonder what the common through line is between the South Africans and the Israelis. Is it A, they're white, or B, they're an apartheid regime? Or is it C, both? We all know where they're going to end up, in fucking New York. Anyway, let's keep reading. Asserting the nation's economic self-reliance, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced an ambitious policy shift aimed at ending American financial assistance, declaring that the country's robust economy no longer requires foreign subsidies. Yeah, my fucking ass, dude. Or what is it? Did you accumulate so much blackmail that you don't even need American dollars anymore? Donald will just give you fucking gold bars? What is it? What is it? Jesus Christ. Okay. That's all I've got for you in today's video. If you're watching this live, you stay. If you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, make sure you check out the earlier video talking about the massive socialist win from Melat Kiros in Denver, Colorado. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing. It helps me immensely. And please help support independent media by donating to the channel in any way that you can. We got to keep on boosting each other and helping out independent media. I don't do advertisements. I don't do sponsorships. I refuse all of the money from billionaires and PACs and governments and all that shit. So if you do want to help me out financially, consider clicking the thanks button down below to tip me directly. Consider buying merch like the posters and the mugs and the hoodies. That all goes a long way. Consider becoming a member by clicking the join button down below. That costs $5. You get access to member-only content. And especially, last but certainly not least, consider becoming a patron on Patreon. You can donate $5, $10, $1 million. Whatever you want to donate on Patreon will give you access to every single video that I make, completely ad-free if you don't have YouTube Premium. Again, thank you very much. If you're here live, you stay. If you're watching this pre-recorded, do me one last favor. Click that video right over there. It's a banger, and I know bangers. All right. Two bangers. Two bangers. Two bangers. Incredible. 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 Let's get these posted. Let me also pull up that second thumbnail. They hit the second thumbnail, believe it or not. Incredible, incredible work, Nelson. Let's download both of these. We're gonna start with the Melat Kiros one. So download. And did the recording, not the stream? Yes, that's why I try to stress that to everybody. Say if you're here live, you stay. If you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, click that video right over there. All right, this is episode 487. And then this is episode 488. Someone sneaking some snacks for Nelson? No, he must starve. He must starve. Would you debate JD Delay? I've never heard of him. Episode 488. Oh, Weenie looks so cute sleeping back there. If I move my arm, can you see her? Maybe not. I have to tilt it down. She's even lower in there. All right, let's get these videos uploaded, huh? How about that, huh? Oh, by the way, you guys know we've talked about the Hannibal Directive, how the Israelis commanded their military to kill their own people on October 7th. That is now confirmed with video evidence of them doing that. Breaking Points was just covering that. I'll try to find the video. We'll watch it after I upload this. But it is now confirmed, 100% factually correct, that on October 7th, the majority of the people who died were killed by Israeli bombs because the Israelis believe that you were better off dead than being taken hostage. So the Israelis slaughtered their own fucking people on October 7th. So if that's how they treat their own people, how the fuck do you think that they treat the Palestinians? How the fuck do you think they treat them? Absolutely disgusting. All right, title. This is the Malat one. Oh, is that the link? British tourism brings Russian baby boom to Miami. Oh, whatever. All right, so we need 3 different titles here. We need the power of the people will never be defeated. A 29-year-old socialist just beat a 29-year-long incumbent in the Denver primary. A Denver primary. Melat Kiros delivers a social. Oh, hold on. Melat Kiros just. Melat Kiros, a 29-year-old socialist, defeats AIPAC in Colorado. Defeated. Thank you for the $2. Here's one Taco Bell soft taco for you. You want me to shit, fart, and die? Is that what you want from me? You want me to shit, fart, and die young? You think I'm gonna be eating the taco goy slop? You get the fuck out of my face. All right, let's give this a little tweak here. Publish. I also eat McDonald's, don't get me wrong. I might make fun of goy slop, but I eat plenty of goy slop. Fuck. I'm absolutely loving this. We're watching the rise of... Confirm. All right, let's also get that uploaded onto Patreon real quick. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, socialism takes over Colorado. Edit thumbnail. There we go. Publish. Who is your main in Smash Bros? Do you guys want to guess first? And then I'll tell you. You guys can guess first. Let's get the second video uploaded. Dark Star got it immediately. Young Link, yes. Young Link. Young Link. Young Link is way better than old Link, at least in the new ones. The new Super Smash. He's way better. He's the old school. He's got the old school bomb. You know, he's got all that good shit. Okay. Titles. Republicans are trying to ban pregnant women from coming to the United States of America. Birth tourism. Republicans want to deport all pregnant women from the United States of America. It's a booming business. Republicans claim it is illegal to give birth in the USA. It is illegal, how about this, for foreigners. Republicans claim it's Republicans say it's illegal for foreigners to give birth in the USA. Need anything else, big man? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm going to try to get a clip from my streams, try and find the best clip, and try and post it short form, because we need more of that. I need more of that. Let's trim the fat on this. Republicans want to ban. Confirm. And now let's get that uploaded on Patreon. Clip Lenti wins clip of the week. Let's get a look at it. Donald Trump announced that there will be a memorandum of understanding before the peace deal with Iran, and some regional actor keeps on stepping in the way and preventing the peace deal from coming through. Benjamin Netanyahu? No! 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 Donald Trump announced... Damn, I got real fast there. Good job, Chris. Thanks, Chris. Republicans are trying to ban pregnant foreigners from coming to the United States. No more segments for the day? I don't think so. I mean, we're gonna look around a little bit, see if we could find anything else to talk about. Here we go. Come on. Be back in 30 if you're still live. We'll see. Maybe, maybe not. We'll find out. Okay, and publish. All right, let's make a quick advertisement. So Republicans are trying to ban pregnant women from coming to the United States of America. You now have Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche, and you have Stephen Miller, the bald Jewish Nazi, and you have Jesse Waters, the terrorist Fox News host. Pretty much every single Republican is falling in line. Mark Wayne Mullen saying that foreign women who are pregnant in the United States of America should be deported, and it should be illegal to give birth in the United States of America if you're not already a U.S. citizen. I hope you understand that the whole point of this is to try and prevent Democrat votes from being counted in the midterms and in the general election in 2028. So essentially, if you are a first-generation American, your parents were not American citizens, the federal government wants to deport you, and also if you're pregnant, they want to take away your child from you and deport them as well. They refuse to allow this this ruling that the Supreme Court went through, saying, hey, guess what? The 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution says that if you're born on U.S. soil, you're a U.S. citizen. They're trying to find a way to get around that. They're claiming it's called birth tourism and that it's a booming business and that these pregnant women from all over the planet, they're actually foreign agents coming to the United States of America to give birth so that in 18 to 20 years, their child, who's actually a sleeper cell agent, can take over the United States of America. I hope you understand the entire Republican Party hates women. They hate you. They think of you as a piece of meat to impregnate. That's it. They fucking despise all women. Speaking of women, we got a fantastic victory in Denver, Colorado from Malat Quiros, a 29-year-old socialist who just won her Denver primary against Diane DeGette? Is that it? Is that it? Diane DeGette doesn't really fucking matter because that dumbass had been in power since 1997. The same year that Malat Quiros was born. So you just watched a 29-year-old socialist take power from a 29-year-long incumbent who is staunchly in support of Israel's genocide. So we cover all of this. We also talk about how Israel just dropped one of the largest non-nuclear weapons in history on Lebanon. And they claimed that they were targeting some tunnel system that was underground, when in reality they blew up an entire fucking city, probably murdered a fuckload of children and innocent civilians, because the Israelis don't consider anyone to be human if they're not a Jewish supremacist. Absolutely fucking diabolical behavior, but don't worry, they dropped that bomb with the green light from the US government, okay? We knew that the bomb was going to be dropped and we approved of it, because us, the United States of America, we also love to murder civilians. It's one of our favorite pastimes. Absolutely fucking diabolical behavior. Also, Benjamin Netanyahu says that he wants to cut the relationship with America, says he doesn't want our tax dollars anymore. Don't threaten me with a good time, BB. You and your fucking repugnant rape state would last 6 months without American dollars, and I'm hoping it lasts less. I'm hoping it doesn't even make it 6 months. Anyway, new YouTube videos, 2 of them. Go check them out. New YouTube videos. All right. Fantastic. All right, while I get these advertisements uploaded, why don't we pull up this video about the Hannibal Directive. Here it is. This is from Breaking Points.
Let's talk about Israel, Ryan. A new video from October 7th, including this Ben-Gvir, right?
Mm-hmm. Right, Ben-Gvir showing up in this video. And we'll kind of read some of the, because it's in Hebrew. So there's a documentary crew or news crew who's in there filming on the morning of October 7th as the army is putting together its plan for a counterattack and for a defense and then a counterattack. So let's roll this, and then we can kind of read it for you. Right now, one person says, I would bomb the entire Gaza border, hit them with a blow so they'd have a real problem. It looks like they're on it, somebody else says. I wrote this to Amir. They're not even getting fighter helicopters. He says, no, on Gaza, break it all apart, along with the soldiers who were abducted.
Yeah.
Like that, and the helicopters were then word dispatched.
So the Israeli government literally said, kill everybody, even our own soldiers, even our own civilians, kill fucking everybody.
You see a lot of the result of what those helicopters did. And then Ben-Gvir comes in and says, wait, are you filming me? You could film when I give you permission.
Please take this out.
So that's when they shut that down. We know we have other evidence of there being hostage situations in a kibbutz where they tank.
Friendly reminder, Israel is not a country, it is a terrorist organization. They are all terrorists.
Shell everyone in there.
Yeah.
Killing the Israelis inside as well. There's all these, infamous photos of cars that have that were fleeing the Nova Rave, just completely burnt to a crisp.
Yeah. Yes, because the Israelis bombed their own fucking people.
That the Palestinian fighters came across the border with, AK-47s.
The Hamas guys, they had the...
Not the kind of thing that could torch like an entire row of cars. Like there was shelling in the morning. Some shelling from Gaza could if a shell directly hits a car, okay, but an entire highway filled with cars, and there has been some footage from the Apaches of them hitting cars unsure, blowing them up, unsure whether or not there were hostages inside.
I thought the government actually admitted or ceded that in a small way, that it happened.
In a small way. Now we have this footage of them basically saying, just do it. And if you hit the Israelis who were abducted, that's part of it. This is the so-called Hannibal Doctrine, which says that it's better.
Explain Hannibal that, because that's what's that?
Yeah, the Hannibal Doctrine, it says that if there is a potential of a hostage situation or a prisoner of war situation, that it is better to kill all the Palestinians and the Israeli they're trying to take hostage than get into a place where you're negotiating a prisoner exchange. So it is more important, according to this doctrine, for the Israelis
cut them off. You want to cut off the funding to Israel? That's one step, but we also need to declare hot war on Israel.
Continue to hold men, women, and children in administrative detention in torturous conditions than it is to let an Israeli live and then enter into negotiations in which some of those people that you're holding without charge and torturing on a daily basis are released.
And this is, of course, as Israeli elections are heating
and in
up
2016 they said they were no longer, that the Hannibal Doctrine, it's bad. We're not doing that. It's terrible. Clearly they're still doing it.
And again, we're coming up on 3 years since October 7th, and now that there's an election around the corner in Israel, I don't think I would be surprised if it was a coincidence this was dropping at this time because of that. Because, I mean, Netanyahu's coalition is including Ben-Gvir and Smotrich and the like, is one of the biggest complaints about Netanyahu. And so it seems like that would be timed in a particular way to hurt the election.
Let me also just make one more quick Instagram reel. It is now proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that the Israelis enacted what is called the Hannibal Directive on October 7th. The Israelis slaughtered their own people because the Israelis believe that you are better off dead than being taken hostage and then engaging in like hostage negotiations and prisoner swaps. So we now have video of this with Itamar Ben-Gvir on October 7th confirming, saying, fuck it, just kill them all. Kill the Israeli citizens, kill the Israeli soldiers, kill all the Palestinians. I don't give a fuck. Kill them all. This is because the Israelis are a genocidal, maniacal regime, an apartheid state, a repugnant rape state. They're not a country. They're a fucking terrorist organization. So do me a favor. Cope, mauled, and seethe all you want in the comments. The Israelis slaughtered their own people on October 7th. Here we go.
I don't
and
know
it
the
would.
background.
I would imagine this will
You would
be a
hope.
problem.
You would hope. There are people on the Israeli right who support this policy.
Certainly. Yeah. But I mean, Netanyahu has a lot to answer for on October 7th.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yes. Focus on his October 7th is not great for him, period.
No, not whatsoever. And meanwhile, Ryan, I'm eager to get your take on this because the publisher over at DropSite has been informed she's no longer a member of the Committee to Protect Journalists. We can put the next element up on the screen, and a lot of this is going, once again, right back to Israel, Palestine. What the heck is happening here? So
the CPJ has been under a lot of pressure to redo the way that it counts journalists who've been killed in Gaza by Israel. And so there was this internal debate over how they're going to do this. And at the core of the debate is...
Look at this line. Yes, it is hard to comprehend how the number of journalists killed exceeds those killed in both world wars, Vietnam and Afghanistan combined. The Israelis have killed more journalists than World War I, World War II, Vietnam, and Afghanistan combined.
What about a journalist? Forever, the way that CPJ has done it, and they're more restrictive than other organizations, has been to say, what you do is what matters. If you are performing journalism, you're not fighting.
Right.
You have a video camera, you have pen and paper.
Observer.
You're writing or producing video for a news outlet or for freelance. You're a journalist. And we are the Committee to Protect Journalists, and we are here to protect you. What Israel has been arguing is that there are certain news organizations that are linked to what they say are terror groups and what the U.S. and Israel designate as terror groups. So pretty much every political faction in Gaza is designated as a terror group by either Israel or the United States or both.
Israel has designated every single living person over the age of 18 in Gaza to be a terrorist. That's not a joke. That is their official designation. If you are 18 years or older and you are a Gazan, the Israelis consider you to be a valid target. That's not me saying it. That is what the Israelis say.
And pretty much every party has a news affiliate, just like Israel has.
Whatever happened
media,
to our militaries together? So that's the NDAA, and that is currently in like a limbo period because so they were trying to merge the American and the Israeli militaries into one, and then the Republicans had the bright idea of adding in the Save America Act into the NDAA. The Save America Act bans mail-in ballots. You need a voter ID in order to vote. It's how the Republicans plan on stealing the midterm elections. And what ended up happening is a whole bunch of Republicans refused to sign on to the Save America Act, and because it was tied together, now the NDAA isn't going through. They're trying to do both of them at the same time. So hopefully neither of them go through, but realistically the Republicans will most likely bend the knee to their pedophile Fuhrer, and both the Israeli military and the American military will merge together, and they will steal the midterm elections by banning all mail-in ballot votings and requiring voter ID.
Has Israeli Army Radio, which employs a lot of journalists. The BBC is owned by the UK. There's NPR and PBS, but I guess there's state money going. Maybe the federal government doesn't fund them as much as they did.
Well, you saw it here, folks. It is now 100% confirmed fact that the Israelis slaughtered their own people. I wonder if Fox News has anything about Melat Kiros. I would love to see if they're coping and molding and seething over this. Let's see. Oh, yep, there it is.
Socialism, it's not just for the Big Apple anymore. Democrat socialist Melat Kiros beating longtime Democrat Congresswoman Diana DeJette in the Denver, Colorado district primary. Watch.
And to every single progressive running for office in Colorado, across the country, across this state for inspiration, for solidarity. Tonight we saw wins down ballot. We saw Cello win. We saw Iris win. We are winning.
They need to give these people higher stages so that when motherfuckers are raising their phones to film it, you don't even see the phone. They need to be given higher platforms.
From coast to coast.
Because I saw this shit happening at Brad Lander's victory party when he was giving his speech. I saw this shit happen when Bernie Sanders gave his speech, when Zoran Mamdani gave his speech. And it's not like, you know, I understand. I mean, I'm there for the same fucking reason to film it, but it's just, it's every single time. Put them on a higher fucking platform.
From every level of office, we are taking back our party and our country.
I guarantee you they're gonna like attack her for sounding so loud and be like, oh my god, she's such a scary, angry bitch. That's probably what they're gonna fucking phrase it as. I'm not saying that. That's the way that they're gonna paint it. When they see raw power and real emotion and strength, they're gonna label that as scary vitriol and brown skin be bad.
So could this be the latest sign that Democrats are losing their grip on the party? Our next guest has been telling us this was going to happen, that socialists would try and take over the party and then the country. Host of Politics in Perspective, Tom Del Beccaro. Tom, is the socialist spread officially upon us with this result in Colorado?
Well, it is, at least in the big cities. And we need to remember that these are candidates that Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, to some degree, support. So I know the Democrats are trying to say they're from outside our party. But remember, the theme of class warfare and tax the rich and or a wealth tax, these are issues that are embraced by Gavin Newsom on the left coast and Elizabeth Warren on the East Coast.
Did he just call the West Coast the left coast? Are you a fucking idiot?
Hassan Piker, the far left firebrand. Here's what he told Fox and said, it's just the beginning. Watch.
I think progressive politics, left populism, a politics that centers the needs of the working class can work in every district, in every state. That's why I kept saying over and over again, it's coming to a city near you.
I hope you guys understand Hassan Piker is quite literally the kingmaker of American politics right now. And it's absolutely incredible to watch, but it's also fucking horrifying. He is what Charlie Kirk thought he was. Charlie Kirk did not actually have motion. Charlie Kirk was incredibly uneducated. Charlie Kirk got Charlie murked, as we know. But it is horrifying to see somebody like Hassan have this much power, because I am afraid that the CIA, Mossad, and the FBI are going to try and target him.
Okay, Tom, but both you and Hassan actually said a key word in your answers. The word was city, because it's important to note that John Hickenlooper, also in Colorado, but in the Senate, which is the entire state primary, actually fended off his progressive far-left challenger. So what does that tell you about the real potential for this to grow? Is this just a city thing? Have the states said, we're not going to go so far with a senator? What say you?
Remember in history that the cities are always more liberal than the countryside, but it starts somewhere. So London was more liberal than the countryside, but the Labour Party grew eventually throughout the country. So this is a coming thing within the Democrats that is spiraling a bit. But I'm not saying it's going to be accepted in Indiana tomorrow, but it is a warning sign for the Democrats today as a party. The country sees it on the horizon.
Switching gears to a race involving one of these far leftists, going to Maine now. A new Fox News poll on the Maine Senate race shows that Susan Collins has a small 3-point advantage over Graham Plattner. But more of Plattner's supporters say they are extremely motivated to vote this November compared to Collins. Tom, you well know you chaired a state Republican Party out there in California. What should the Maine State Republican Party do with that information, with this latest Fox News poll?
Well, remember that Susan Collins has made a living off tight races and seems to win each particular time. This is an off-year presidential election, which tends to favor the out party, we know. But interestingly enough, Todd, these races in the city show low turnout among Democrats. So it's possible that the big blue wave isn't really that big because of these low turnouts.
Oh, bitch, it's a blue nami. You're going to see a fucking nationwide sweep for socialism come the midterms. Mark my fucking words. You will witness the death of the democratic institution and the birth of the socialist movement. Or actually, the birth of the socialist movement has already fucking began. You're going to see the fucking growth of its little baby.
Every single vote's going to count. There's no question about it. And people need to understand Graham Plattner's positions in addition to the manner in which he draws art on his body.
Sure. Duly noted. Tom, appreciate your insight this morning. Thank you, sir.
The Fox News is already spiraling about it. Already spiraling about it. What is this? This is the full gaggle.
So this will be the first flight of what I think is maybe the greatest commercial plane ever built. I said to Boeing, what's the best one? They said, this is the best plane ever built. And you're going to have the privilege of flying it, and I have a privilege also.
You don't get to fly it, you dumb fuck. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Please do.
Flying it. But this is the first flight. We're going to the Teddy Roosevelt Presidential Library opening, and that'll be very good. That'll be a lot of fun. But I think, you know, to be honest with you, I'm excited about the first flight. It's something nobody's ever seen anything like it. Even you people with all your experience and all of your talent, you will never see anything like this. So they just completed it. They made it appropriate for a president. That means the security and all of the different bells and whistles they put on. Very complex stuff, but it's really quite something. And this is a plane that the United States of America should have. Our Air Force One was 35, 36 years old.
How the Republican Senate is not firing the parliamentarian who was appointed by radical left Senator Harry Reid and Barack Hussein Obama is beyond me. She has been ruling unfairly against Republicans for years, and Majority Leader John Thune has the right to do it immediately. Fire the parliamentarian now! President Donald J. Trump. Guy's literally a fucking dictator. Or at least he thinks he is.
It would be parked next to the new ones like this, and
no, we're not recording right now.
It really didn't look appropriate for our country. So we're very proud of this. The country is very proud of it. And you can do two things. You can low-key it, or you can show it. And I think the country...
You can low-key it? Fucking, huh?
You should be very proud of it. And it's beautiful, and you'll see that in a little while when you board. As far as things are going, the denuclearization of Iran is moving along well.
Can't denuclearize a nation that doesn't have nukes, you fucking dipshit.
They've had very good meetings, and we'll see. We hit them very hard for 3 nights, as you know, but we're getting along very well. So I call it the denuclearization, and it's all taking place. It's all going well. The stock market is setting records virtually every day. The oil price is way down. We're down at 68. I see it hit 68 today. That's lower than when I started the, I guess you could call it an attack on Iran so that they never have a nuclear weapon. So the oil price is now lower. The retail prices, the gasoline is coming down rapidly. And if you have any questions, let's go.
Mr. President, what's your favorite upgrade to the new plane, and how much did it cost American taxpayers to upgrade the plane?
The answer is $900 million.
It costs very little relative to what it would cost if we did it a different way. So this was a gift from a country that's treated us very well, and they're an ally of us over in the Middle East, Qatar. And I went to Boeing. I said, "Who has the best one?" They said, "Qatar." There's never been a plane like it. Frankly, we couldn't build a plane like this because we wouldn't be willing to spend the kind of money necessary. They spent top dollar. So the head of Boeing said, this is considered the best 747 they've ever built. And I went to Qatar. I said, I'd like to use it for a period of time because the other ones, as you know, are under construction. They'll be here in 2 years. And because, you know, the plane is 35 years old. So I said, I'd like to use it. And the Emir, Tamim, who's a great gentleman, he said, no, I'd like to make a contribution to the country. So it was very nice. And we were able to do it in about 5 months, you know, bring it up to the presidential standard, meaning security-wise, and you're gonna get a kick out of it. There's just nothing like it.
Disclosure shows you had a very lucrative year last year. What message does this send to average Americans, especially those who may be struggling right now?
I don't get involved in my personal. We have funds that run my money.
But you are benefiting.
Well, I've made a lot of money before I became president, and they invest my money, and I don't talk to them. I don't even speak to them. So I have many people. I don't know what they call it, closed accounts or something. You put your money in, and that's it. I don't talk to them. They're big institutions, and they run it. But yeah, I've had a great career in business. I've had a great career. I don't know if I've had a better career in politics or business, but I had a great career in business. And, you know, you saw the cash, and you report the different things. And what they do is we gave it, I think it's called a blind account, but they take it. And I never speak to any of the people that run the money, but they're at big institutions, and they invest in whatever they invest in.
Critics say you're profiting off the presidency.
Well, you know why I'm profiting? Because the stock market's going up. Everybody's profiting. If you have a 401k, how's your 401k done? It's about up 85%. Thank you, President Trump. So we're all profiting. I'm profiting because I have a lot of money and a lot of cash, and I give it to institutions. I don't know if they know what they're doing or not, but they buy a vast array of things.
With Secretary Hexas and General Payne about potentially returning to an all-out war with Iran. Steve, you've been unhappy with Iran's adherence to the MOU?
Well, I think they've come a long way. We hit them very hard last week. I think they're fine. I think we're going to... It's the denuclearization of Iran. It's very simple. And Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Otherwise, all of this stuff that we look at, all of these things that we do, the country's never had activity like it's got right now. So we're building more factories and car plants and other things. We went for years without ever building one car plant.
Literally none of that is true. We haven't built a single fucking factory.
Now we're building many car plants.
No, we're not.
We're building AI. We're building all over the country. $19.1 trillion.
Not true.
Invested. The record was like 2, and we've got 19.1.
Not true at all.
And when those buildings open, you're going to see something like the country's never seen before. That's why the stock market's going up every day. That's why your 401k.
No, the stock market goes up because you are literally participating in market manipulation every single week. And also, you and your fucking fail sons, Uday and Kusei, those dipshit window-licking, short bus riding fucking morons, have profited literal billions of dollars off of your open corruption.
The stock market goes up, everybody benefits. More jobs, more...
No, not everybody, bro. Not every American is invested in the stock market, you fucking idiot. And you know what the thing is? Everybody Donald Trump has ever met has been invested in the stock market. This is a guy who was born with a silver spoon shoved up his ass, okay? Everybody he's ever met, they what is it called when you're making money off the stock market and you don't have a real job and like... is it passive income? They rely on passive income. They don't actually have jobs, right? So to him, of course, everybody's invested in the stock market because it's the only fucking people he hangs out with.
We're creating more jobs. We have more people working today than have ever worked in the history of our country.
Again, blatant lie, blatant lie.
And that's before these places open. They'll be opening up over the next year. And we have them coming into Taiwan. We have from Taiwan, we have more chip makers, and the biggest company in the world, actually, the chip maker, but they're coming in, they're building in Arizona, and they just announced they're going to double the size. We could have 50% of the chip market by the time I leave office. You know what we had now? Nothing. And then I got, as a gift, another gift, I said to Intel, give the United States, they needed something, they needed some help, the chip maker. I said, give the United States of America, I'll do it for you, but give the United States of America 10% of your company.
So you're trying to nationalize a private organization? That's socialism, Donald. That's socialism, Donald. You fucking idiot. And also, you can't be gifted anything as the president. That's a violation of the Constitution.
He said, you have a deal. He said it so fast, I said I should have asked for more. But he said, you have a deal. And that stake is now worth $80 billion. I made $80 billion for the country in 8 months. Does anybody talk about it? No.
I haven't seen a dollar. I haven't seen a penny from that $80 billion. Are you going to be giving out stimulus checks like Biden did?
Have a good time. Have a good flight. Enjoy the plane.
Real quick question. You've got D&I Pulte over there as the new director. We also know you have the task force set up on declassification, maybe talking about international, maybe looking at some declassification. Are you able to give us an update on that?
Declassify almost everything. And, you know, by the way, we have Jay Clayton is going in. You know, Bill Pulte's a very talented guy, but he's just there temporarily until Jay Clayton. And Jay Clayton is going through the process.
Bill Pulte is now the new head of the Director of National Intelligence, and this motherfucker has literally never had a single job regarding national intelligence or national security. The guy was, what was he, like a fucking banker beforehand?
And Jay Clayton, highly respected, and so is Bill Pulte. But Bill is there just for a fairly short period of time. But while he's there, I said, you can declassify whatever you want.
You're going to declassify the Epstein files, you pedophile, sex trafficking pervert?
You got to ask him. But I think he's a friend of yours. I think that Bill will declassify. Yeah. I told him you can declassify whatever you want. So Bill's there just, you know, for maybe a month or 2 months or something. And Jay is going through the process. He's got a hearing in 2 weeks. Highly respected man, Jay Clayton. Okay? Thank you. Did you get any more Pulitzer Prizes? You know what? A Pulitzer Prize? A picture of the plane. Margot, are you taking care of everybody? How's Margot? Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, Lord. Oh, what is this? Oh, they gave our artistic president a train. Mr. President, you got a train, Mr. President. Yay! Fight, fight, fight! Fight, fight, fight! What the fuck is this? What the is this an AI generated? What is this?
You've seen the picture. One rider, one sleeping town, one mission. But that legendary night was about more than just one man.
Oh my god, it's entirely AI generated. The entire fucking thing is AI generated. I'm willing to bet you money right now they're gonna have Paul Revere saying the British are coming, despite the fact that he never said the British are coming, and he actually said the regulars are coming. Reason being, fucking everybody in the colonies was considered British already. Oh, I saw that.
Dr. Warren received word the British were marching northwest to Lexington to capture...
Dude, it's not even good AI. Look at the letter.
The British were marching northwest to Lexington.
What the fuck? They don't even have a good AI. They don't even have a good AI, man. Oh my god.
Lexington to capture Sam Adams and Hancock and push through to Concord to destroy the stockpile of Patriot munitions. They would snuff out a rebellion before it could spark a revolution. Someone needed to get there first to warn them. So, they sent for me.
Oh, no!
To most folks in Boston, I was a silversmith. But to the Sons of Liberty, I was their courier. One with enough experience to ride swiftly and evade the dangers that lie ahead that night.
Oh my god. Yeah, let's not. I want to see the part. I want to see if he says the British are coming or the regulars are coming.
Now, they were hunting.
Oh my god, dude, it's such bad AI. Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
The regulars are coming out.
Okay. At least they did that. Okay. Whole thing is dog shit, AI-generated slopaganda straight from Tel Aviv. But at least he didn't say the British are coming. That was something that has bothered me for so fucking long. Was the claim that Paul Revere was riding around going, the British are coming. Brother, we're all British. We're all British. The revolution hadn't started. We're a colony. We're all British, you know? So, and the thing is, the British regulars, those are the redcoats. That's what he was telling people. The regulars are coming out. It's a little autistic history buff thing of mine, okay? Little autistic history buff thing of mine. No need to freak out. No need to freak out. Oh my God, they're doing this for like everything. The Battle of Brooklyn, Articles of Confederation. And the reason why they're able to pump this shit out so fast is because they're doing AI generated shit. Oh my God. That's so fucking strange. Straight up American AI generated slopaganda. Trump gonna be live soon? Trump live? Trump live? Trump live? JD? I heard that JD gave a speech and it was like miserable. Oh wait, no, I can't play that. I'll get copyrighted. Fuck. I love enjoying music, but you know, you can't do it. You just can't do it. There we go.
In front of all of you and in front of all these cameras, because thank you. Wow. It's amazing to be here. You know what I'm thinking as I'm coming down the steps is don't fall and bust your ass. In front of all of you and in front of all these cameras, because they would never.
Nobody laughed. Nobody laughed.
Never let me live that one down. You know, the previous president.
Chris, is socialism actually going to save us? Are they winning? Socialism is currently winning across the entire nation, but you need to understand something that I've said before, and I will say it again. The midterm elections could be the final election in U.S. history, okay? If we don't see a blue NAMI, if you don't see progressives winning across the entire nation, if we don't replace establishment Democrats with actual socialists, I'm not kidding. There won't be a presidential election in 2028. We will pretend like there is. We will walk through the motions. You will cast your ballot. But you need to understand that Trump has already said, I'm running a third term. ICE will be deployed at all of the voting booths. I'm not counting any mail-in ballots. And if you don't bring a voter ID, and that's not your driver's license, if you don't bring a voter ID, you're not allowed to vote. If we don't have a complete socialist sweep come the midterm elections, that's it. This is no longer a democracy. This is simply an authoritarian dictatorship.
Partisan. You ever seen these old cartoons where you've got the angel on the shoulder and the devil on the shoulder? Well, because I'm speaking to all of you, our great patriots and service members, I've got the angel on my shoulder saying, JD, don't be partisan. We're gonna make this nonpartisan. And then I've got the devil on
Is that supposed to be Donald Trump? JD!
Shoulder who wants to talk about every time that Joe Biden fell up or down the stairs.
You want to talk about falling down the stairs? You want to talk about falling down the stairs? I'll show you falling down the stairs. What was I supposed to look up? You guys said it was like Trump versus stairs. Trump falling upstairs. He fell up a flight of fucking stairs, bro. Look at him. Just look at him, though. He ain't gonna fall in this, but look at him. Is this the video of Trump falling up the stairs?
There's no way I can make it down that ramp. I said there's no way I can make it down that ramp without falling on my ass. There's no way.
Oh, I can't hear it.
There's no way I can make it down that ramp without falling on my ass. Inch by inch, I took these little steps. When I was 10 feet short, I ran down the left. I ran down the ramp. I looked very handsome. I ran down the ramp. Trending #1. And the ramp was probably 10 yards long.
This question is on COVID.
I think you're going to have a big surprise, a beautiful surprise, sooner than anybody would think. But the answer is... I ran down the ramp. Trending #1. And I don't want to get water on the tires.
So
'Cause I've
good.
done it. It spills down. It doesn't look good for a long time. And I don't want to test more people now. So I said to my people...
Dude, this is how I was fucking dancing, geeked up on shrooms at the fucking Playhouse, a gay club in the middle of fucking Pride after the drag march at 4 in the fucking morning, off 17 vodka Red Bulls, 1.5 grams of shrooms, and straight up poppers. Just...
The ramp in the water in the test. How good was the speech? The speech has been the best. It's true. I ran down the ramp.
All right. So, with that said, Linda. Hi, Linda.
I have a question for you. What do you think is your greatest accomplishment in your eyes?
I ran.
I ran down the ramp. Trending #1. If I fall, the fall would be definitely bad. If I fall, the best fall anybody's ever had. There's no way I can make it down that ramp without falling on my ass. There's no way. General, the ramp is so fast. I don't want that. Inch by inch, I took these little steps. When I was 10 feet short, I ran down the left. I ran down the ramp. I looked very handsome. I ran.
Sir, are you telling the American people that 2 large steps constitutes a run?
I ran down the ramp. I looked very handsome. I ran down the ramp. Trending #1. I think I am the perfect person.
Smoke yo ho! Help me! I've been yelling about going down ramps for.
Dude, he's so good. I've never heard of this guy. That's so fucking good. This is 6 years old. This song is 6 years old. That is so fucking funny. Oh, that's so funny. Those are great. Those were great, man. 2020 was a different world. A different world. When you could make a joke like that, you could make a video like that, and everyone was like, yeah, man, Donald Trump is such a joke. And now, like, half the country is like, is he dead yet? Like, half the country wakes up and fuck! Like, half the country, dude, I swear to God. Oh, that was so good. I needed that. Thank you so much. I needed a little dancey dance. Ooh, this is a premiere. The Good Liars. I fucking love The Good Liars.
So President Trump allowed them to steal the election. They stole the election.
Also, everybody make sure that you subscribe to The Good Liars, okay? They do incredible work. Let's check this out.
You can't do that in Europe.
You can't do what?
Wave a flag. They're banning
What?
it. You cannot wave
Can't wave.
Dude, this was a conversation I had with a Norwegian fascist at the 235th rooftop bar overlooking the fucking Chrysler and the Empire State Building. I know that the sentence I just said had never been spoken before, but I was with Josh the Progressive, and it was, it's World Cup time, and there were these Norwegians, and this fucking guy, this Norwegian, was like, yeah, it's against the law to wave the UK flag in the UK. And I said to him, no, it's not. He also, and I'm not kidding, said it's against the law to say I support Israel in the UK. And I said, brother, I'm trying really hard to not insult you right now, but what you just said, the opposite is the truth. And he goes, what are you talking about? I go, no, like this isn't even a joke. In the UK, if you say I support Palestinian resistance, they arrest you. That's not a joke. That's law. There is video confirmation of this. Okay? It is literally against the law to say I support Palestinian resistance. Okay? And somehow these fucking people have taken the opposite and said that's the reality. Oh my fucking God.
The flag?
You cannot wave your country's flag in Europe.
You can't wave your country's flag in Europe?
You cannot. It is being banned.
That's not true.
I was just at the Olympics, and that's in Italy and Europe. Everyone was waving.
Guys, please prepare yourself. Trigger warning. You're about to actually watch the most psychopathic, low IQ, inbred scum of this nation voicing their opinions at the Great American State Fair. Please prepare yourself, because none of this is going to be fun. And I'm going to say something really fast. I'm not kidding. What's the IQ of a raccoon? I think it's 48. IQ of a raccoon. What's the average IQ of a raccoon? Come on. About the same as a 3-year-old human child or a small primate. Okay, well, come on. Raccoons are smarter than MAGA? That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so a raccoon would score between like 75 and 85, okay? On like this weird-ass theoretical animal-to-human scale, okay? I can confidently say that anybody and everybody who you're about to speak in this video has an IQ of 40 to 48, okay? 40 to 48, straight up. So please prepare yourself. This is gonna suck.
Waving their own country's flags, including the Italian flag.
Well, you can't put it up on your house.
That's
anymore.
not true.
They're banning it. I think it's still in process, but
in all of Europe.
I'm not saying all of Europe. I think actually maybe it's just the UK.
Hold on, before we watch this, let me go fill up my coffee real quick. I really want to have a fresh cup of coffee while we watch this. Here, watch this.
Hey there, you! Yeah, you! You tired of your boring, plain old wardrobe? Do you want to stand out in the crowd? You want to make heads turn, jaws drop, and hearts skip a beat? Well, have I got the deal of the century for you? ValentiVideos.myshopify.com is here with the merch explosion that'll blow your socks off and change your life. Check it out. We've got exclusive gear from the cutting edge of fashion. T-shirts, hoodies, mugs, and much more that'll make you be thinking, well, hell, where'd you get that? And guess what? You can get yours right now with just one click. That's right. Don't wait. Act now, and you can be a proud owner of the hottest merch on the planet. Whether you're looking to chill out, stand out, or just feel like $1,000,000, we've got something for you. And hey, I know what you're thinking, but what about the price? Well, let me tell you, these prices are so low that you'd think we were giving it away for free. Now, get ready to rock the best merch in town and check out ValentiVideos.myshopify.com. for your destination to greatness. I'll see you there, friend. Hurry up.
Chris Valenti Videos is not responsible for any sudden increase in class consciousness that may occur as a result of wearing this merch. If you find yourself beginning to deeply care for your fellow person, quickly continue to wear all products from Valenti Videos as your empathy grows. Drinking from Valenti Videos mugs may invoke a quiet sense of awe for the entirety of humanity as you decide to dedicate the rest of your living existence to the betterment of those who have less than you. Also, you may get a brief but meaningful stiffy. Please enjoy Valenti Videos responsibly.
Okay. Ready? Let's watch this. Again, make sure you subscribe to the Good Liars, okay? They do incredible work.
You hope Donald Trump runs for president in 2028?
You see what I'm wearing, baby? They stole the election from us, right? Yeah. They stole an election.
Okay. So what does that mean?
That means that they
You're talking about 2020?
2020, yes. So President Trump allowed them to steal the election. They stole the election. They ran a coup. And it's just like a diamond heist. If you steal the diamonds, then once they find the diamonds, you return it back to the original owner, right? So that's the way we look at the executive, the presidency.
All right, and so you're talking about Iran. You're hoping to make Iran great again. How is that going to happen?
With the memorandum of understanding, which leads to a peace treaty, which leads to a pact, and it's a framework for a future agreement. But it's not.
Some people criticize it, though. You probably know the reasons they do.
I understand the criticism. Yeah. I think it's baseless because it's nothing at this point. It's better than the JCPOA, which P in JCPOA is a plan, and it took Obama 2 years to come up with that thing, and it was still a piece of shit. It should be called the PO. Should have been called the JCPOS. It was a piece of shit agreement. It wasn't a plan of act. It was a plan of
Motherfucker could not name one single element of the JCPOA. I can guarantee you that.
Action, and it was a weak plan at best.
And how is it weaker than this MOU right now?
No, because it's only an MOU, and they're still working out the details. So nobody can predict the future at this point. Everyone is just speculating at this point. I don't even think Trump knows what's in it yet. They're still working out the details.
Donald Trump doesn't know what's in the MOU?
They're still working out the details.
Make America great again. When was America great?
Well, it's always been great. It was great after World War II. It was great after...
During, like, Jim Crow?
World
She
War
doesn't know
II,
what that is.
no, after the World War II, when we defeated the Nazis.
Right, but it also, like, there was a lot of, like...
She doesn't know what Jim Crow is.
There was a lot of oppression of, like, black people in the United States at that point.
The Civil Rights Movement, yes. Well, the Civil Rights Movement, was in the 60s and 70s, and...
Was that when America was great? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm not talking about that. I think that we overcame those hurdles, and the 80s and 90s were a very nice time as far as the country melding together after the Civil Rights Movement. I think the 80s and 90s were really a couple of really nice decades.
So when Trump says "Make America Great Again," is he talking about the 80s and 90s?
He could be. I mean, I hope that's what he's talking about because I'm a child of the 80s and 90s, and I remember good times then.
Dude, these people just want to go back to when they were a kid because, like, when they were a kid, they were happy, and now that they're grown, they live the most miserable lives ever. I mean, look at this fat, disgusting cow, dude. No shit you want to go back to when you were a kid.
Just being a kid and enjoying it, but, like, the AIDS epidemic was, like, ravaging the gay community in New York and San Francisco. Millions of people were dying around the world, and the economy was not roaring at that point.
Well, if I recall, I think the economy was doing pretty well in the 90s.
In the 90s for sure, yeah. I was just talking about the 80s with the AIDS epidemic.
In the 80s, I remember a lot of limousines in the 80s, a lot of, big parties, It was a very glamorous time, when I was younger, but I remember, like, more glamorous times, a lot of limousines and, big parties and things like that.
So Make America Great Again means the 1990s in the United States of America?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I don't trust anybody in that way. But
Is there anyone that you get information from that you trust? Is there anyone you would recommend that people out there look to for truth?
Donald Trump.
The Bible.
Oh.
That's about it.
Oh. Oh.
Other than that, no.
The Bible's the only truth out there.
Yeah, I don't even think you can depend upon people that claim to be teaching the Bible to give you the truth anymore.
Do you think the Bible is literal in its?
Yeah, I do. I think the Bible's literal.
Like all the things really happened and they are the truth as written.
That's what I believe. Yes.
So there was a flood. Everyone.
I do believe it. Yeah.
People used to live to be 500, 600 years old.
It says it. I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Christianity is a cancer. All religions are a cancer, but Christianity in the United States of America has done more fucking damage to the average American's brain than any other man-made invention. Okay? I mean, I fucking hate religion so fucking much.
Really? People used to live to be like 600 years old before all these medical advances we've had, even though we've seen life expectancy going up in the Bible. When it says someone lived to like 900, I think Noah lived to like 900 years. That's real, and it actually happened?
I believe it, yes.
I don't know if there was a flood that killed everybody, but Noah saved like 5 family members and some animals, and you believe it literally to be true exactly like that. So we're all descendants of those.
And so we should be one big happy family and love each other and quit hating on each other and trying to kill each other.
So the same family was having kids with each other and stuff?
I don't know how that worked.
Most fascist belief I have, you shouldn't be allowed to have children, and if you do have children, they should be taken away from you. Like, I'm not kidding. This is such a rampant mental illness that I consider it child abuse for this cretin to be allowed to bear children.
I can guess. That's not pretty.
Would you like gay marriage to be illegal in the United States?
I'm going to go with the word of God, and a man and a woman is a marriage. So I'll stand on that.
Would you like there to be other biblical principles that are the law of the land?
Well, it is established already. By him dedicating the United States to Jesus, it's already established. The word of the Lord, the biblical truths.
But some of the things in the Bible where it says if a man lays with a man, he lays with a woman, they've committed an abomination, surely they should be put to death. That's the word in the Bible. Do you think that should be the law of the land of the United States?
I always stand on the truth of the Lord. So the truth of the Lord is the truth of the Lord. So I will stand on biblical truth.
So would you want the law to be that gay people should be killed?
I'm not for death. I'm for life.
Okay.
So the word of the Lord is
You can't have both, you dumb cunt.
for life. We declare we're here evangelizing. We're here preaching the gospel for life. So we declare the word of the Lord. So the word of the Lord is that we call forth salvation for all people, that the Lord sent his only begotten Son to die on the cross for our sins, so not one shall perish. So that is the truth, that God loves all people, and he doesn't want to see anyone perish.
And then just other laws, like in Leviticus, it also says you can't wear mixed fibers. Should that be the law of the land?
I wouldn't know right now. I mean, this is where I stand right now.
You've never read the Bible. This bitch has never read the Bible.
Just those are the biblical laws. That's why I'm asking.
Well, I'm unsure what you're asking me right now.
In Leviticus, it says you can't wear mixed fibers. You can't wear mixed fabrics. Should that be the law?
Yes, yeah, I understand what you say. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. I just go off of the biblical truth of the word of the Lord. Okay. So whatever it is, that's where I stand.
Okay. So no mixed fabrics, no shrimp. You can't eat shrimp. No shellfish. That's in Leviticus as well.
So are we here to talk about the 250 years?
No, you were saying you wanted biblical laws.
As soon as you start to realize how fucking stupid you are, you go, are we here to talk about the 250th, or are we here to talk about the Lord?
Biblical law.
Or we're talking about just little things that are not concerning, like actually today.
You can't do that in Europe.
You can't do what?
Wave a flag. They're banning it. You cannot wave.
Can't wave a flag?
You cannot wave your country's flag in Europe.
You can't wave your country's flag in Europe?
It is being banned.
I was just at the Olympics, and that's in Italy and Europe. Everyone was waving their own country's flags, including the Italian flag.
Well, you can't put it up on your house, not anymore. They're banning it. I think it's still in process, but
none of this is true, by the way. I hope you guys don't. Please don't fool yourself. None of that is true.
Of Europe.
I'm not saying all of Europe. I think actually maybe it's just the UK. Okay. Yeah.
And what are they? They're banning the flag of Great Britain, or they're banning all flags?
No, not all flags. Not all flags. Just their particular country's flag. You can't show patriotism, is what I'm saying, in a lot of the countries over there, Europe countries, like you can here, like we're free to do here.
I haven't heard that. Where did you see that?
Yeah. I don't remember.
Facebook.
But definitely not the left-wing media, I'll tell you that.
And look, we could have J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance could, if he's going to be the nomination, he could win the presidency and say, look, I'm going to put it in the hands of Trump. You know, so there are variables.
No, you can't do that. That's a violation of the 12th Amendment, you stupid fuck.
That, you know, we've gone into the Constitution.
But it is against the Constitution for him to become president for a third term.
It is against the Constitution to overthrow a duly elected president.
Yeah, that's what Donald Trump and his goons tried to do on January 6th. They tried to overthrow the duly elected president of the United States, Joe Biden, and they tried to overthrow the United States government in an armed insurrection.
But you're saying one thing leads to
Right,
the other,
right.
but he's already in his second term. Like he's got back that term you're talking about. He got that back. He's in office again. He won. Nobody's debating that. He won the 2024 election. So why would he just get another term?
Because the circumstances is an election was stolen. Have we had presidents that served more than 2 terms ever? Have we?
FDR?
Yeah, but before
George Washington?
before the 22nd Amendment.
Yes,
though.
yes, but
There's an amendment in the Constitution. Can't do that anymore. No more.
Well, I think that
It's in the Constitution. Can't do it. Yeah.
well,
So.
we'll
Yeah.
see.
You could invest in human lives via the Department of Transportation?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Well, we wouldn't. I mean, corporations and
Right.
governments.
Mm-hmm. So now people are worth millions. Who knows?
How much are you worth?
I have no idea because it used to be where you could find it. The website.
You could have found how much you personally were worth.
Correct. I didn't want to go look because I didn't want whoever's watching to know that I knew where to go.
And
Yeah.
so on July 4th, there's going to be this massive change.
I don't know, or hopefully by then. That's my best assumption.
And so what should everyone do till then? Just party, have fun? Is it like the end of the world or the beginning of the world?
Put their energy toward thinking of the golden age, right? Right? We are.
Real quick, by the way, guys, if you're enjoying yourself, if you had a good time in this stream, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And please consider donating to the channel. I don't really make too much money on this channel. I don't do sponsorships, advertisers, whatever. So if you do want to help me out, you can click the thanks button down below to tip me directly. You can click the join button down below to become a member of the channel. You can buy merch like the posters and the mugs and the hoodies and the t-shirts and all that. And then, of course, you can become a patron on Patreon, donating $5, $10, $1 million, whatever you want to donate. Goes a long way. Huge shout out to every single person who has ever donated a single dollar to this channel. You guys are the only reason why I can get away with not having to take advertisers and sponsorships and shit like that. I gotta make money somehow, and I really do appreciate you giving me a completely grassroots funded organization. I love you all. Thank you.
Moving from what was not right into what is right. So think of what's your best scenario, right? That you are abundant and healthy, and you.
Well, like an infinity pool.
Yeah.
You're not going to see a pallet full of millions and millions of dollars being shipped over there.
You're right. We're gonna see billions of dollars
From American tax dollars, taxpayers.
That was $1.7 billion that Obama released to them in his deal. That was their $400 million adjusted for inflation over time. Donald Trump is releasing $12 billion. That's a lot.
Yeah, off the rip, $12 billion, and then an additional $200 billion
more.
Well, let's see what we're gonna get for that. So.
But you were saying there was one thing where you weren't going to see, which was giving them a bunch of money, but that is part of the deal.
Right. Pallet loads of money being dropped off with no accountability whatsoever.
Right.
So.
Yeah. But part of the deal is there's no accountability. They can spend it how they choose. In this deal.
I don't know. I haven't seen that.
All right, sorry, I gotta rewind a little bit. So it's almost like nothing is as it seems, you're saying.
Exactly.
We can't get stuff out of the strait unless they let us.
How did they close the strait? They used the drones, they used the, the mines. They laid mines and drones.
I know, but didn't we just affirm to them that they can close the strait when they want? Isn't that a huge bargaining chip that we gave to them?
No, it's not, because what they were expecting is that their ships would go in and out even though nobody else's could.
And now we just lifted all the restrictions on their oil, and they're only promising not to charge ships for going through the strait for the next 60 days. So at some point, they can just control it completely. They didn't know they could do that before.
Well, the thing about it is, you and I both know that we have a president that's going to hold their feet to the fire. And if they don't live up to what he says, I mean, you remember he even threatened to take control of the strait.
Thank you for the $5.
And charge
Appreciate that.
20% surcharge.
And it didn't work, right?
Well, no, he just threatened it.
Is it possible, though, that we all have to find happiness in the world that we're in with the people we know and the financial situation that we have? We can always try and better ourselves, but that this is the real world. There's no big change or awakening coming. Is that possible?
No, I think that's called the Great
You guys
Awakening.
ever fucking deep snorted poppers and then almost shit your pants because your asshole got loose?
So, we just spent the weekend in Tennessee at a New Earth location there. And it's about sovereignty. It's about freedom of, natural law. So.
What does that mean, a new Earth? Like New Earth? Like
it's
what's
a new
about to
community,
happen?
Sovereign
Dude,
community.
no fucking wonder my last live stream got age restricted. I was walking around outside. I got a notification. It goes, you got to put an age restriction. I go, what? I hit the review and appeal it, and then they come back and they go, yeah, nah, bro, we reviewed it. We reviewed it. We got to put an age restriction on your shit.
What did they do there?
Well, they're going to build housing. They're going to build an equestrian center because.
This is not a doomsday cult.
No.
You said straight people using poppers is considered cultural appropriation. I am the most bisexual straight person you have ever met. I hope you understand. Damon Targaryen and Jensen Ackles can take my ass.
Not a cult.
And if you watch one show, it's not going to make any sense to you at all. You need to check in a couple times a week. What are they? Yeah, don't watch the hour show, but
Right.
they do like a 15 or 20 minute almost every day, and gives you an idea what.
That lady knows what's going to happen?
She's one of two.
Okay.
Of what's been going on to get us to where we're at today.
All right, and Donald Trump's the solution?
Thank you for the $2.
Yes. He's, yeah.
The guy who put on the beauty pageants, the guy who did the casinos in Atlantic City and didn't pay some of the people who build them and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He's the guy. He's the solution?
Yeah.
The IRS is not
One of your mods is referred to as the God Beggar. You'd be pegging God.
a legal, lawful agency, and it was never approved properly through Congress. So they con you or they talk you into voluntarily paying
So don't pay taxes, are you saying?
Listen, you want to know what I am? I'm a Valenti sexual. That's what I am.
Yeah, they have no right to collect them.
We dropped these bunker buster bombs last summer to stop them from getting nuclear weapons. Donald Trump said their nuclear program was obliterated.
Yo, by the
Was
way, this is technically a violation of the Constitution. Wearing the U.S. flag in any way, shape, or form isn't that literally considered desecration of the flag? Like, you have more right to burn the flag than you do to wear it.
True or not?
Well,
or not
I mean,
true? Or?
You know, how'd you say you can stop a squirrel from getting one nut, but they're going to go after another? They are, if I remember correctly, they were at some talks where they were bragging that they had 60% enrichment. And so that's the reason why he had to go back. They didn't stop. They just kept going.
So did Donald Trump lie last summer when he said we obliterated it? If you say we didn't, then you're not a patriot. You're lying. Or he said all that stuff.
No, I don't think he lied. I think he said we obliterated this part.
When we had a bumbling fool, if you'll pardon me, I love the office of president, but I think we had a terrible president in Biden.
No, that's not bad language. Fool. That's not even bad language.
Well, I wouldn't say he was foolish.
Right. I was just not giving you a hard. I didn't sound like bad language to me at all.
But
as far as bad language goes, a fool.
Yeah, there's a lot of F words flying around on both sides, and I don't like that. And I am a I'm a Christian first, I'm a patriot second, and I'm a Republican third. And so I'm looking for people who are for faith,
Is this your wife?
family, and freedom. This is, yes.
Where's being a husband on the list? husband.
What did she think?
You're my husband.
Oh, yes, I'm definitely her husband. 36 years this.
Well, I was just wondering where it ranked on the list.
Oh, being husband, that's the family part.
Oh, so
Yeah.
what was it?
Yeah.
What was it?
I said, so Jesus first, family second.
No, you didn't.
And or conservative family. Really, you can say conservative and family.
And you said patriotic.
And I said, I said Christian first.
This guy's vote counts the same as mine.
Yeah. Conservative, family loving, patriot second, and love of.
I don't know if you had the family in there first, but
Well,
that's fine. Yeah, it's
I
okay.
should say-
Yeah,
I
that's
should
all
say
right. That's
family.
okay.
'Cause,
I think
well,
he meant to include you in this
actually-
second.
He knows.
Yeah.
He's very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
included her first.
But I'm saying he meant to include you in the. I think the second one.
Absolutely, yeah.
So just in case you had overheard that and didn't.
I
Yeah.
included family first
Yeah.
because I used the name Jesus, and he's the most pro-family that you can get. So if
Uh-huh.
I say Jesus, if I'm following Jesus, then I'm going to be a good husband.
Okay. And so that was first, essentially. So that never mind, it was first.
That's always first. I got to go. I want to
Yeah,
get in.
yeah, sure. All right, so we had a ranking system here of important things, and I think it was faith, patriotism. I don't know where the wife was on it, honestly, but then he said first. Happy wife, happy life, right? You gotta revise the list. Where she's standing right there, sir. Do you believe election integrity is an issue?
Yes.
Why do you think the Republicans have the House, the Senate, and the presidency then?
Rhinos, buddy. Republicans in name only. I mean, every Democrat votes against the SAVE Act, and you've got one or two of these.
No, but I'm asking, if election integrity was an issue, how did Republicans get control of everything?
Too big to rig. That was the 2024 election. Everybody turned out because they were sick and tired of all the illegals coming in.
That sounds a little convenient. Let me just push back here a little bit.
Okay.
So it's
And
too big
also-
to rig when Republicans win, but it's rigged when Democrats win.
By
Yes.
mail-in ballots. We didn't win by mail-in ballots. We
How did
won
Donald
by
Trump
turnout.
vote in the last election?
I have no idea.
Mail-in ballot.
Well, that's fine.
Donald Trump is,
Oh my
is
God.
donating his 400,000.
Oh my God, 50 fucking lashes, send you to a gulag, cut out your tongue.
$1 a year presidential salary back to the American people. What do you think about that?
If he can do it, let him do it.
Well, he can do it because he's making an average of $5.8 million a day on his crypto schemes. Yeah.
He's a businessman.
Oh my
when
God.
you're celebrating a transgender drag queen show at the White House, how's that different from a wrestling match? Well, it's different, but the wrestling match didn't offend me as much as just seeing that you don't respect man and a woman, period.
Oh my God.
Did it offend you when the UFC fighter said Michelle Obama is a man?
I wouldn't have said it. Did I get upset because I had other things to deal with? But at the same time, I wouldn't drag that through the mud because, can I switch subject? Not going to avoid that subject.
We have bigger concerns than to worry about him calling.
I'm not trying to switch subjects, but can I switch subjects?
Calling
Me when I was failing physics and had to swap to chemistry.
Michelle Obama a man.
What is today all about?
God.
God? How is it about God?
Trump and
Oh, it's
saving
about
our country.
Trump, God, country.
Yeah. No, God, Trump, and yeah.
God, Trump, country?
Yes.
God, Trump, country?
Yes, I believe in God.
But Trump is right below that, and then country?
I mean, God pointed Trump to us.
God appointed Trump.
Did God appoint Joe Biden?
Why is America back?
President Trump, he's brought America back.
How so?
With his policies.
And how have they helped you?
How they've helped me? Put more money in my pocket. The economy's doing better.
It's doing better? Inflation's higher now and gas prices are high.
Oh, no.
No, they're not?
Not to me.
They're not
Not
high
to
to you,
you.
but they are high.
Thank you.
Wow.
Okay.
They're planning to release $12 billion to them. I know. Does that, I don't know, concern you?
I don't want to get copyrighted.
He's a construction. There's.
I don't want to get copyrighted for that that song there at the end. Oh God Almighty! Oh Lordy, Lordy, Lordy! Did Trump show up and start speaking yet? By the way.
Armstrong is fantastic. Would you endorse him for governor? And I did, and he won easily.
Are there
Kelly Armstrong?
What the fuck are these
Great
supposed
job
to be?
you're doing.
Ranchers and cowboys?
Great job. And two
Yo,
of
these
my
guys
very
definitely got this gig on Backstage.com.
good friends, two warrior senators, tough cookies, tough. Oh, I wish they could get their way. We could get a couple of little things passed, like voter identification, like proof of citizenship. Called Save America. You know, that's pretty good. Save America, can you imagine? We have 100% of the Democrats against it and 4 or 5 Republicans, if you can believe that. What are they all about? But these two people are with us all the way, John Hoeven and Kevin Cramer, senators. They're great. 2 great guys. And a congresswoman who fights and gets what she wants, and she's very respected. Julie Fedorchak. Thank you, Julie. Very, very respected. And we have our ambassador, Monica. Where's Monica? Monica Crowley. Fantastic.
Hi, Weenie.
Acting Secretary of the Navy, Hung Kao. And we're building a lot of ships. North Dakota House Speaker, Robin Wise. Thank you.
You want to come up?
Thank you. Doing a great job. State House Majority Leader, Mike LaFleur. Mike. Thank you, Mike.
Hi, baby.
State Senate Majority Leader, David Hogue. Thank you, David. And all of the members of the North Dakota legislature, I hear every single one. I'm not going to introduce you. You have no chance of that. I'll be here all day, but you're all here. We love you, and you've been with us from day one. Thank you very much. Thank you. And the CEO, who's done a fantastic job, he took me around. I thought it would be maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I've been doing this for 2 hours. Thank goodness I love the subject, or I would not have put up with it. Doug said you could come in. You know, I'm prosecuting a war, which we're winning very easily, by the way.
Prosecuting a war? What the fuck does that mean?
But I said, Doug, let's fly in. We'll do 10, 15 minutes. I know I'm going to love it. And then I'll get out. Oh, absolutely, sir. So then time comes. He got me making speeches. I was over there 2 hours. I know more about that museum than the people that built it.
He's literally saying, I fucking hate you guys and I want to go home.
That's okay, because they did a very good job. I can report that they did a really good job. The CEO of the Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library, who really did give me a tremendous amount of knowledge, I mean, about things that I never would have.
Teddy Roosevelt would have kicked the shit out of you if he knew you existed. He would have beat the fuck out of you, bro.
And 2 of my sons are here, Eric and Don.
I had to skip Don's wedding because I hate him.
And Bettina, thank you very much. Don just got married. Bettina, thank you. It's going to be
I couldn't make
great.
it to the wedding. I had a war to win.
Thank you very much. But the members of the Roosevelt family and countless foundation staff, donors, and supporters, everyone's here. And I understand that one local construction worker delayed his retirement by 4 years just to be involved with the building, and they heard I was going to come. I was coming even when I wasn't president. I had agreed to come, and they said, well, when we do it, you're going to be president. So that was during that ridiculous time, that ridiculous 4-year period of time. They asked me to come. I said, I'd love to come. And I said, I may or I may not be president. They said, we don't care. We want you to be there. And I always remember that. But they said, you're going to win. You know that.
Oh
You
my
run, you're gonna
God,
win."
they're
It turned out we
dressed
did
as
quite
Teddy Roosevelt.
easily, actually. And today I can tell you that we can see why it was worth it. It's really amazing. They've done an amazing job, beautiful job. And you know, they've done it from love. Jobs that are done from love are always better than jobs where you sort of have to follow a plan. They made lots of changes, and every one of them was good, and I think I know about every one of them. After 2.5 hours, I learned every single one of them. But I want to really thank everyone who greeted me at the train station, because that was so famous. That was such a famous train. The last one was President Dwight Eisenhower, and he was actually a very good president. People don't realize he was a general, good general, and he built the interstate highway system. I'd say that alone is pretty good. He was a good, and
That was
he was the
FDR
last one.
who
He
did
was on
that.
the back of the exact same train. So the head of the railroad, he was fabulous, and they were explaining all about the train, and they said, wow, that's really some history in the crowd. We had thousands of people over there who spent.
So you see this guy? This guy right here. He gets fucked by this guy right here. This is a doomed Yao-ai. Is that what it's called? Yao-ai? This guy fucks this guy.
It wasn't the same train. No, they've been pretty nice to me lately. Look, when you do as well as we're doing, they have
Dude,
to.
Grindr is probably like going nuts over there. Nuts. Every single one of these guys has Grindr on their phone.
The Patriots, who gave us such an incredible escort from town. We had more law enforcement. You know, I love law enforcement. Now, according to
Yowie.
According to the people that are running on the other side in many places,
Yowie?
they
Whatever,
want
fuck all
to
you.
defund the police. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. We see them all the time. They said they're social democrats. Doesn't it sound
They're
pretty?
communists.
They're actually communists. But we'll get into that a little bit later. They're not going to win. They're not going to win anything. They got
We're
some
already
very
winning,
unattractive
bitch.
candidates, I have to say. During my first term, it was a privilege to sign the bill that helped get this incredible project underway and transferring 90 acres. We took it right out of the federal government. We ripped it away from the federal government. They don't know it's missing. They still haven't figured out what the hell happened.
I'm not watching the rest of this. All right, guys, I'm going to end the live stream here. I'm going to get some food in me. Fuck that. Fuck all of that. Thank you very much for tuning into the Valenti Videos broadcast. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And also, if you did have a good time, consider dropping $1, $2, $5. Anything goes a long way. This is entirely grassroots-funded media. I refuse every single offer that I get, not for a lack of trying, okay? If you guys knew the amount of fucking money that they have tried to throw my way in order to hijack my audience, oh, you'd love me. Oh, you'd love me. I'll just say this. I would have a house. I would have my own house right now if I decided to sell you. But I refuse, okay? So you want to help me out, you want to help out the mods, you want to help out the OAL Media Network, consider clicking the thanks button down below to tip me directly. Consider clicking the join button down below to become a member of the channel. Consider buying some merch and consider becoming a patron on Patreon, okay? Thank you all so much. You are all incredible. Have a great day. Bye-bye-bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye. Bye.